time. Shit, unless you go to like Montana, all those places, like there's so many places right now where everything is cheap. People are shipping it into Cali.
When you got states producing 8 times more than they could even sell to the populace of their state.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Well, you got all these places now that are like, they're like exploring. It's exploding for them because it's new, you know. So
right.
It's all like, oh, yeah, I can do this now.
Yeah, that's true. And then in a couple years, they'll be about 90% of them gone.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like all the corporate assholes that fucked it up here in California are kind of just following the legalization trend.
Yeah, and they can afford it because they've made it in such a way that you got to have a bunch of money up front.
Right. Yeah, you have to have a bunch of money up front, and you can make your money, and then still you could fucking laugh all the way to the bank while the money's good, and then when the money's not good anymore, you just liquidate everything to make whatever money you have left to make, and then move on to the next.
On to the next.
On to the next. Fucking the cannabis industry. Ugh. That's not what we're here to talk about today.
I don't think that's on our list.
It's not on the list of things to talk about today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us for another episode. We made it to double digits. I wasn't sure if it was going to happen.
Right?
But we made it here.
We made it.
We made it. I think from here it's smooth sailing.
I think so.
Episode 10, I feel very good about this. I've been it's fun. I feel like we're doing something good too.
Yep.
And hopefully, like, as we're refining, our message gets across better and better.
Yes.
Hopefully.
We're taking the feedback. So, and two, if you guys have stories or articles or things that are out there that you want discussed, send them in the DMs.
Yeah, hit us up on our socials. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter, on Rumble, kind of on YouTube, but we're more focusing on Rumble because they'll push our voice a little bit more.
Yeah.
YouTube's gonna kick us off anyways, so why even fucking deal with it?
Yeah, all that uploading just to get your video striked.
Yeah, exactly. Which I'm surprised. Our first few videos are up still, so those are the ones where we went a little hard.
I feel like I was testing the waters. Yeah. It was kind of like first time at a pool. You're like, well, how big of a splash can I do and this still be a thing?
How deep is the deep end?
Yeah. Where's the bottom?
Can my toes touch?
Do I hit? Did I hit?
Oh, Jiminy Christmas. But we're here. Episode 10. We got a good list of things. A lot of stuff going on in the world. Chad was saying, and I kind of felt the same way, like last episode, we were talking, hanging out, but it was more of like a leisurely, relaxed vibe. Not really as informative as it could have been.
Well, and they're just, when we do it weekly, there has to be something happens between Sunday and Thursday.
True.
To talk about. It just wasn't a juicy week.
Yeah, that's why we were done in like 2 hours, 45 minutes.
That's why that 10-bit worked.
Yep, exactly. So, and that's what we'll be moving on to. Video should be getting better. Everything should be improving. We've got studio lights in here now, so like you can...
I'm going to have to start wearing makeup.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to come in here looking all...
You need glam.
Yeah, like a TV reporter.
Have cast do
glam
before you
live with a makeup artist.
Yeah, you might as well,
like,
right?
Hey, touch, Me and Kenny looked a little shiny last time.
Yeah, need some powder.
Yeah. You a little blend,
Mm-hmm. Gotta tone the red down.
Yeah. Like, I see you did a little blend up there.
Oh, yeah, I figured it was way easier than to have to do it in post-production.
Yeah, like the red eye. It's like,
uh-huh.
Let me put a little skin tone here.
Yeah. I was going to come up with something like badass, but it's okay.
Yeah, well, I guess we could have played. If they hadn't seen you on the last 2 shows. You're right.
I was glad you canceled the last one on me because you should have seen it.
Bleeding from your forehead. You're like, I'm not even mad. Go ahead and chill.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I was dying, dude. I had to finally just fall asleep with a whole bag of edamame on my face. And I woke up with it still there.
Yeah.
Hours later.
So did you get it pulled?
No,
like what happened? Was it an infection?
It was infected, so they'll give you antibiotics, and then you got to get in somewhere to either get a root canal or get it pulled.
Okay, so you're procrastinating on that part.
So right now, I'm of course, now,
Yeah.
well, whatever the next stage is,
Yeah.
yes, by definition, I would be procrastinating.
I got you.
So at this point, I just need to make that appointment as far as before I run out of antibiotics and I'm back dying.
Yeah.
But man,
Well, and you can't do antibiotics long term anyways because
No.
it just destroys your
it just
whole
fucks you up.
intestines.
Yeah, but damn, they work.
They do. Yeah, you'll feel great, right? Within 2 days.
And I was trying all the natural stuff, but it just seems like once you get so far, you
Nah.
let it go so far gone. Natural is more of like a preventative.
It is.
You know?
Well, you get to a point where the virus is winning, right? Or whatever it is winning.
Yeah,
so
the
you
bacteria
gotta-
or whatever it is.
Yeah, so you need a little booster.
Yeah. And maybe like instead of taking antibiotics, I'm sure maybe in the future there'll be probiotics.
Well,
they do, but they're not
do,
very pro yet.
But they don't tell like why you actually need probiotics.
And they're so basic, and they're that's why the only thing they can do for you right now is they go and they take like a 17-year-old kid and they cut into their intestines and they take shit out from them, fecal matter, and they cut you open and put it into you. That's the only way to bring back your gut biome, like once it's really fucked.
That's terrible. And I feel bad for the 17-year-old.
I was just gonna, I was thinking the same thing.
Sheesh. Yeah, he probably doesn't know it. He's in there for like a root canal.
That's why I'm like, if I had the right kind of insurance, I'd just be in there knocked out, getting my sleeves finished, and getting my teeth drilled
All at the same time.
all at the same damn time. Shout out to the what's those fools from Florida? The Island Boys.
Island Boys. When my son had long hair, we used to make fun of him, called him the Island Boy.
Yeah, those dudes I think are about done.
Yeah, they made their buddy though,
Yeah.
real quick. All you need to do is become a viral sensation for 15 minutes, and you can make shit ton of money. And then you go and take that money and do something smart with it, and you're set for like ever.
Yeah.
But a lot of these guys want to like ride the wave and keep going.
Well, to me, they just seem, I don't really know for sure because they're presented to you. Like, unlike Tom McDonald, someone that's killing it. He's like number 2, number 1 on the billboards, but you never see him on any shows or hear anything because he's not,
Right.
he doesn't have 7 producers that are all famous on his track. He
Right.
produces it and he makes it, and then he's still, top 5 like all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Tom McDonald's got some great shit, actually. It's been a while since I listened to him because I was listening to him a lot, like 2020, when like he was first starting to get popular. And
He's like political as fuck with his
super
raps.
political. I mean, nothing is safe. No holds bar.
Well, look at the fucking guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's going to fuck with him?
And just, obviously he don't give a fuck. Like,
Right. Yeah. Why don't you rap? Nobody'd fuck with you if you rap.
I guess, I did.
First, you have to have beat. Then you have to have rhythm.
Yeah. There's a few steps before rapping, before you hit Eminem level.
Right. Well, fuck. We got a cool list. It's not a very long list, but it's a cool list because, like we were saying, it's been a heavy fucking news week. Lots of shit going on. I know everybody's heard about the spy balloons, and that's on the list, but that's not at the top of the list. At the top of the list, first I'm going to pose a question. What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Oh, apparently.
If you're feeding your chicken, then feed neither.
Yeah. Nothing's coming.
Nothing's coming anymore.
Yeah.
So there's only chicken.
Just fried chicken.
There's only chicken.
At the end, you got fried chicken, no eggs.
So more on the egg debacle. There's some interesting news there.
Well, I think there's a lot of people out there that have chickens, so they might be experiencing this
True.
right now.
Yeah, true. That's very true. And in hot news that I don't think anybody's talking about, and I didn't even hear about until Chad told me, but I guess this probably just started like yesterday, the train wreck, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah, I just heard about it. I heard about how no one's hearing about it. So that's the kind of shit I bring.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody heard about it, but I heard about it.
Yeah. Somehow I heard that no one heard, so
now you heard.
you're gonna hear.
There's a train wreck in Ohio. That is like nuclear status.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the.
Try and find a link while I go down this list a little bit more. raw papers, which we happen to be smoking out of right this very second, have some issues going on, so we'll talk about them. They're in the news. Project Veritas and Pfizer. If you're on Twitter, I'm sure you probably saw it.
I would hope so.
If not, get on Twitter because you'll see it.
Yeah.
But Project Veritas has killed it right now in the underground news industry, I would say. And they've got a lot of good shit to say, so we've got a few links there. Chinese spy balloons all over the country, and our government really hasn't done anything about it.
No. It's almost like, well, let's just let it...
Let's let it happen.
It's almost like, let's not shoot it down over Montana or anything where people are going to go see what the fuck it is, even though no one lives there, damn near. Let's just shoot it in the ocean where only we can get to the debris.
Well, it made it across the entire span of the continent.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Whatever it was trying to do, it did. And I heard on something, I was watching on Fox News today, they're saying the one that they shot down in Alaska, they were testing, it's believed that they were testing some kind of aerosol mechanisms, right?
Okay. Have you seen the video around Hawaii where there's it's like some kind of drone or maybe multiple drones shooting this like green light down?
Oh, you were telling me about that, but you said you weren't sure if it was like a light show or...
Yeah, it didn't look like a light show, but I felt like maybe someone with that same kind of tech could, just be fucking around. But, it could have just been out there because of the weather balloon or the Chinese spy balloon.
Yeah, maybe they're like, Hawaii's like, you ain't coming around us. We got you. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. We're gonna segue from that. Let's see, what do we got? We got Project Veritas, Pfizer. Elon tweets about the vax. Yeah, we got an update. A tweet from 21, tweet from 2023. More vax talk. Gavin Newsom, our great and fearless leader here in California.
Dumb fuck.
Had some interesting things he tried to push through, which I'm sure a lot of people didn't even know about. Luckily, we have some judges that say no.
Yeah, care about the First Amendment.
Right. Paul Pelosi, we're going to talk about him. You said he changed his tune a little bit after the release of the videos, right?
Well, I think everyone changed their tune.
Okay.
That's what it was.
That's what, I know I did. I was like, ooh.
Well, we were all joking about it, and he had his DUI video, and so we kind of thought, hey,
so he might get an apology.
Yeah,
he might not. Stay tuned and see.
That's about as close to an apology as he's gonna get.
There's some links, so we'll see if anybody else apologizes for us.
Yeah.
Tyre Nichols. There's some. I mean, obviously, some stuff to unpack there. We got Where Is Ye?
Where's Ye?
Done with programming, back in the news.
Yep.
So I'm glad he's not dead. I really just want him to get back to fucking making music. Like, that's what he's good at.
Well, and he has been, but it's not industry music.
Oh, his gospel?
Yeah. Not all of it's bad.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, he has his church that he does and all that.
Yeah, which is smart. You guys got a lot of protections.
Yeah.
With your church music.
Right. Hopefully. I mean, I still feel bad for the poor guy.
I seen it was posted today that Adidas officially they're cutting ties and they're losing like $1.5 billion. It was like the same amount that Kanye lost, like they're gonna lose.
Yeah.
And then they tried to just pull the branding off the shoes and sell them like that, which didn't work.
Because nobody wants them.
No one wants that.
Yeah. They don't want it if it doesn't say yay.
And they'll probably end up getting sued. In the long run, that's probably not kosher.
No. Oh, yeah.
Those aren't their designs necessarily, just because you take the name off it.
I'm sure there's going to be breach of contract lawsuits and different types of things that, I mean, he will make his money actually off of that, but we'll see. I think, I don't know, he might have been a tool, but we'll talk more about that just because it's yay. Damar Hamlin. also, I mean, everybody's probably heard about that by now.
Yeah, when I was making this list, I think it was like a couple weeks ago.
Has it been that long already?
Well, it was probably like the Monday, Tuesday after our last cast.
Okay.
So some of these might be more of just questioning all the shit. But now he's back and, maybe or maybe not missing a couple tattoos.
Yeah.
I think when you go to Thug's Mansion, where Michael Jackson and Tupac's at and everyone's hanging out and Epstein, and you don't have no tattoos no more sometimes.
Right. Well, but it just seems like such a simple oversight though, right? Like, or are they just like, people don't know. They're too dumb.
I don't know.
We'll talk about it. I got links. I have links. And then we're going to get into some of the FBI Twitter files because that is actively happening now. Supreme Court, there's subpoenas. There are FBI directors, I think, now being questioned that are now like conveniently working for that or had gotten jobs at Twitter and other social media companies right after
or
working
just
for the
DOJ
FBI.
In general. I think they were mentioning.
Yeah. So lots of crazy shit there. The Twitter files, man. I wish I had more time. And like, is it being released in this way to make it hard to fucking like?
I don't know.
Because you really got to stay on it to know what's happening. Because it's not like when, the other side has, like a little piece of news they want to get on. That's all you hear about all day, every day, for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. We're up to like 21 Twitter files.
I think maybe from Elon's perspective or someone, they want to break it down. Like, if they just summarize it, it's easy to be like, well,
right,
you missed this and that. The way they're doing it, you're not going to be able to say like they didn't cover everything. But it is. True. We're not used to it. We want a 3-minute video telling us like the fat of it.
It's
but then that comes across biased because I guess you can't include everything.
I still listen to like what Tucker has to say. I think he puts it the best.
Yeah, well, he can. We got the most ratings.
But you
can say what you want.
Yeah. Let's pull up some of these links. We might as well open where we ended here. Let's see. Just because that's what we're talking about. No notification.
2021, an FBI whistleblower. November 18th, 2021, an FBI whistleblower.
I love this fucking guy.
Oh, Jim Jordan.
Yes.
This dude's been on... He's been ready to kill. And finally they're able to try to question some people and stuff because they wanted to brush all this type of shit under the rug. So now it's their turn.
Yeah, it's their turn.
Whistleblower discloses to Republicans on the House Judiciary that the FBI created a threat tag for parents voicing their concerns at school board meetings. April 26, 2022, another FBI whistleblower discloses that the FBI employees are being run out of the Bureau for attending conservative political events. May 11th, 2022, another FBI whistleblower discloses that dozens of parents with the threat tag designation to their name are investigated by the FBI. This also happens to be the same whistleblower who said the FBI leadership, not the rank and file members, the FBI leadership is rotted at its core. His clearance has been revoked and he's been suspended. June 7th, 2022, another FBI whistleblower is retaliated against after giving feedback on an anonymous survey. July 27th, 2022, another FBI whistleblower discloses that agents are pressured to reclassify cases as domestic violent extremism cases to hit self-created performance metrics. September 14th, 2022, an FBI whistleblower discloses that the FBI views the Betsy Ross flag as a terrorist symbol. September 19th, 2022, another FBI whistleblower discloses that the Washington field office is deliberately manipulating January 6 case files to make it appear that domestic violence extremism is on the rise. He's been suspended. November 4th, 2022, another FBI whistleblower discloses.
So about the January 6th thing, I don't know if you heard something about like Pelosi was supposed to be implicated? Like she actually she's getting called out somewhere.
Yeah, well, I think part of it was they asked for backup and she didn't provide it.
Right.
Because she wanted it to go a certain way. And that's why you
Yeah.
have Ray Epps running around like, we're going to the Capitol. And the whole crowd's chanting, Fed, 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 you know?
Yeah.
And then he's in every fucking video all the way in, and he's the only one that's not implicated in the whole thing.
Yeah, and that I don't get. How is he not going to fucking jail?
Yeah, because he works for the FBI.
We have and the fucking poor guys that got the book thrown at them though
dude.
too. 20 years. Or
I heard 2 or 3 of them were like special forces, so they got other jobs, like, you know, with the government type of thing, which I would probably have taken that.
Right. Like you can go to jail
with no
or
charges.
You can come to work.
Yeah, we can lock you in a cage, not even go to jail.
Right.
We just lock you up, or
Right.
we can use your skills over here.
You can have my skills. All right, this one is kind of repetitive. We know where he's going with that.
And these are, I think, Twitter file stuff that came out. Also, like a lot of the info they have now is all because of the Twitter files. So they're just like,
right. So they're just gonna use it to death, which is fine.
And they are combing through it, obviously,
Yeah.
in order to hold people accountable.
Thank you, Ms. Parker.
I really hate that it starts muted, and then like
I know.
it's just it's not very functional for the podcast. Let me just put it.
It's
that
all it
way.
doesn't know that we want
Right.
sound immediately.
Right.
We're not at work.
Right. Exactly.
I want to echo the chairman. Thank you, Ms. Parker, for your extraordinary service and your courage for being here today. Mr. Turley, I want to start with you. The Twitter files laid bare for the American people what you correctly call unconstitutional, quote, censorship by surrogate. Matt Taibbi writes, quote, Twitter's contact with the FBI was constant and pervasive as if it were a subsidiary. Do you agree with that assessment?
I do. What we know on the record so far shows a relationship that goes beyond this sort of informal exchange of ideas.
You're correct. In fact, isn't it true that leading up to the 2020 election, Twitter had weekly meetings with not just the FBI, with DOJ, with DHS, with DNI, to conduct this unconstitutional censorship by surrogate? We know that because of the Twitter files, correct?
Correct.
And it was not just meetings, not just censorship of stories like the Hunter Biden laptop story. We also now know that the FBI paid Twitter over $3.4 million of taxpayer funds to censor these stories before the 2020 election. Is that correct?
That money was paid. Twitter confirmed that.
And the Twitter files are just the tip of the iceberg because there's so much more. There was a corrupt revolving door at the highest levels between the FBI and Twitter. Look no further than Jim Baker, former general counsel at the FBI who helped unlawfully investigate Donald Trump in the 2016 election. Or look at Jim Comey's deputy chief of staff, who became the director of strategy at Twitter. Isn't it true, according to the Twitter files, that there were so many FBI officials who then went to work at Twitter that created their own Slack channel and crib sheet for onboarding? The Twitter files confirm that, correct?
Correct.
Are you aware, as the American people are aware, that according to polling, of the people that were made aware of the Hunter Biden laptop story, 53% would have changed their vote, including 61% of Democrats. This is the definition of election meddling.
That's a lot.
And it's the definition of election meddling by the FBI on behalf of Democrats, paid for by the U.S. taxpayers. It's collusion, it's corruption, and it's unconstitutional.
Yes.
Bada bing, bada boom.
I like that chick. What's her name? Miss Stefanik? Oh, there it is. Elise Stefanik.
I want to echo the chairman.
Oh, now you want to play this.
Yeah, that's all. You don't want it muted?
All right, last one.
For this type of online harassment and consequences for this type of online harassment and speech.
Oh, I must say, those are very real consequences.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Twitter files were not just about Hunter Biden's laptop. Twitter worked overtime to suppress accurate COVID information. Apparently, the views of a Stanford doctor are disinformation to you people. I, along with many Americans, have long-term effects from COVID. Not only was I a long hauler, but I have effects from the vaccine. It wasn't the first shot, but it was the second shot that I now developed asthma that has never gone away since I had the second shot. I have tremors in my left hand, and I have the occasional heart pain that no doctor can explain, and I've had a battery of tests. I have great regrets about getting the shot because of the health issues that I now have that I don't think are ever going to go away. Where did you go to medical school?
I did not go to medical school.
I'm sorry?
I did not go to medical school.
That's what I thought. Why do you think you or anyone else at Twitter had the medical expertise to censor a doctor's expert opinion?
Our policies regarding COVID were designed to protect individuals. We were seeing...
You guys censored Harvard-educated doctors, Stanford-educated doctors, doctors that are educated in the best places in the world, and you silenced those voices. You're not a doctor, right, Ms. Gaddy?
No, I'm not.
Okay. What makes you think you or anyone else at Twitter have the medical expertise to censor actual, accurate CDC data?
I'm not familiar with these particular situations.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not. It's not just about the laptop. This is about medical advice that expert doctors were trying to give Americans because social media companies like Twitter were silencing their voices. Did the U.S. government ever contact you or anyone at Twitter to pressure Twitter to moderate or censor certain tweets? Yes or no?
We have a program.
Did the U.S. government ever contact you or anyone at Twitter to censor or moderate certain tweets? Yes or no?
We receive legal demands to remove content from the platform from the U.S. government and governments all around the world.
Thank God for Matt Taibbi. Thank God for Elon Musk for allowing to show us in the world that Twitter was basically a subsidiary of the FBI.
What about all the other social media platforms?
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Fuck. Miss Macy.
And then tap it out in the ashtray and look through it.
Fuck.
Here's what trips me out. Everyone's like TikTok. Everyone's like, oh, TikTok can get all your, your terms of service and connect all your computers. Have you heard the whole TikTok?
Yeah, it's all kind of, but all the other apps.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's every other app that you put on your phone does the same exact thing.
All the dudes I talk to, especially older guys that don't understand social media as well.
Are you ready? Mm-hmm. You were talking shit, and I was like, wait a second. We've been milking this for the last few
I didn't know how
episodes.
much we drank on it last time. I assumed it was gone.
It goes a long way.
It's pretty strong.
Oh, man. So I think I'm going to go hard on this Twitter file thing just because I want to know more and be a little bit more like aware of it, because I think there's just so much information in it. But I feel like here's like when I was in it deep, I got through 2 like episodes or 3 Twitter files.
It takes a while.
And I literally had to block out the rest of the world. Nothing else goes on while you're diving into that.
A lot of times when I'm cooking, that's when I'm listening to things because I can.
Yeah.
No one tries to come bother you when you're cooking.
Be nice.
They're like, you're in there cooking. They don't want to chop nothing. They don't want to,
I don't cook like you though.
Yeah,
I throw shit on the barbecue.
If you come in there, you start getting in my way, I'm gonna have all kinds of jobs for you. Like, Jet's not old enough to realize, like, you start squawking, I'm gonna be like, pick up every water bottle in this house.
That's right. Yeah, I do that all the time.
But he still thinks he's doing something good.
Right. The Macallan. Oh, dude, did I tell you that my wife got me the Ancestry.com, like the genetic coding for Christmas?
I feel like you might have mentioned it.
So I finally got my results back.
Yeah, what were they?
Pretty cool, actually. Like
unexpected?
No, pretty expected. Like my mom, she got hers, and she's like pure blood, all Italian. So I'm 50% like Italian.
Okay.
And then I got some Scottish, I got some Irish, I got some European, like English. So like,
that's cool.
Yeah, that's it. I'm pretty like pure blooded. My wife was all jealous. She was like, I have like way more stuff than you. I'm American.
Gotcha. Yeah. If you're all mixed up, you're probably we're American.
I was very hesitant to do it, and she knew it. Like I've said forever I was like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I don't want them to have my DNA.
That's kind of where I'm at.
But at the end of the day, I'm like, if they want your fucking DNA, like, they got it.
Well, it's like they just get it from the cup you drink out of.
Or how many times you peed in a cup at a doctor's office.
Or if you've ever had surgery.
I mean, come on, they
or
got
any, you know.
Yeah, they got your DNA. So I was like, whatever.
That's true.
Maybe I'm like related to some famous person, and I might find out now somehow.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, that's true. I mean, that's how people end up finding other siblings and weird shit like that.
Yeah. I went down my list, and it was like my mom, my sister, my aunt, and then a bunch of weird fucking people.
Yeah, I'd be interested just because I don't know any of my family hardly.
Yeah, it's cool because like it does just like link you. It's like, oh, your DNA has these genetic markers, bloop, and like it knew my sister, my mom, everything right away. I didn't have to do shit. So it is pretty cool. I'll show you.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Off air. All right, so let's go back to the beginning. Oh, and back to the beginning. What came first?
The chicken. Well, the fried chicken apparently came last.
We'll be the last of them. We don't have any fucking... Did you find anything for me?
Well, the gist on the chickens...
All right, let me have it.
...is that they're saying their chickens haven't laid since like October. And they say in the wintertime, I'm not a fucking farmer. I'm not a chicken farmer. I've watched a whole lot about it. But they're just saying that normally you don't see a lot of eggs in the winter. It slows down. And so now they're starting to realize that no one's chickens are laying eggs, hardly.
Right.
Unless you're like free ranging them or whatever. If you're giving them certain chicken feed that everyone buys the same type, they stop laying eggs.
But what you were saying was earlier, I don't know if it was on camera, the ones that got out and were eating grubs.
So, you're right. A video was this one chicken always breaks out. And that was the only one that was laying eggs out of all their chickens. So they just started letting all their chickens out and free range it, eat the, roaches and whatever else. And they started having eggs again. Now, not a bunch because it's not summertime. It's still wintertime.
Still laying
but there's
eggs.
And they're like, we ain't seen eggs in like 3-4 months.
Right.
Or longer. And then fucking chicken, like 100,000 chickens burned to death or something,
Right.
Just coincidentally. There's all these crazy coincidences nowadays.
No, it's the fucking communist Chinese government taking us apart from the inside. I never realized how obvious it was. Like all this misinformation about Russia and Ukraine and fucking the terrorists in Iraq and all of that shit is like...
It's like a distraction.
It is a distraction from the, like, okay, we have the biggest continent in the world is Asia, right? I mean, I believe.
I think it's Africa.
Okay, I think you might be. Well, it might be
close.
Because
none of our maps are even accurate.
Right. So who knows?
We're pretty small compared to what like our school map showed us how. It's like North America's all fucking the same size as Africa.
And Alaska is like the size of half the entire continent. Right.
The whole bottom of the fucking.
But we never knew Alaska was that fucking big.
Yeah.
So who knows? But whatever. It's just crazy that. Like, it's obvious you got this communist country that hates us and has admitted and let this virus escape and like it was willing to put its own people at general. And I heard on a thing too, they said they were going to flood us in the coronavirus. They were going to restrict all of our incoming pharmaceuticals. They were like, we're just going to restrict it all and you guys are going to die from the inside.
Right.
Well, that didn't happen.
Yeah, the virus wasn't all that it was maybe supposed to be.
Well, because
until you get the goddamn vaccine.
50% of us were smart enough to not fucking do it.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably about where it is, 50-50. I don't think it's 80.
I don't think so either. I heard 82.
Yeah, I don't think it.
I'm like 82% of what? Like people between this, 50 and 70?
Right.
Maybe.
Or people in like LA or San Francisco or Seattle. Like, you know, they didn't go here and take those numbers. That's for sure.
Yeah. I remember there was a jab location over there at the agricultural center.
Oh yeah.
And I had to drive by it to get to one of the Rusty Root shows out there, like craft show. And I'm like, who the fuck would be pulling in here?
Right.
Like I felt like running them down. I'm like, I know you're just at work, but you're working for the enemy right here.
Right. All right. So I went to Reddit. Let's see what Reddit has to say. Chickens stop laying eggs. cold weather. Nothing like from recent.
Let's see. I think I had one. I saved too many TikTok videos. But the chicken thing's been going down for like, I don't know, a couple of weeks, I think.
Well, it seems like there are more posts about it. You know, like, oh, my chickens aren't laying eggs. Chickens aren't laying eggs, or they haven't laid eggs yet. But
yeah, so anyway, I'm just curious if anyone is actually having the same problem with their chickens.
Yeah.
Or if this is just something that we're seeing on the internet.
Yeah, I would love to know somebody that's had chickens for like a decade.
Have you heard of the fake eggs
No.
that China produces?
No. I've heard of like Fabergé.
I have a
eggs.
video on that one. Check this one out.
Send it to me so we can pull it up.
Yeah, so they're like, is this what they're trying to pull?
Get rid of all of our eggs so they can send in their genetically modified.
It's like two little. Hold on, let me send it again. It's coming up in like two small 15-second clips. Yeah, I didn't even know they had fake eggs, and apparently they, I don't know, make them over there. I don't know if that's what everyone eats. Like, it was new to me.
2 clips, you said?
I sent you 2 emails. Yeah, the second one should have both.
Oh, okay. Well, here, let's watch this one first.
Are easily accessible and inexpensive, with egg prices in the United States at their lowest in a decade. However, according to reports from India, the country has recently experienced an inflow of fake eggs, most likely from China, and the less tasty and potentially unhealthy.
Sick.
Those look so nasty.
I know. I'm like, who would think these like?
No. Oh God, no.
That second one didn't go.
No.
Of course not. But it showed a little bit. It's just another 15 seconds, but it just showed a little bit more of the process.
Oh, there it is.
They were like making one or something, or pulling it out.
These are easily accessible and inexpensive, with
That's the one we watched already.
cooked. Fake eggs have been created in China since the mid-1990s, and they could be produced at half the cost of real eggs. Aside from the unappealing ingredients such as resin, starch, coagulant, pigments, and sodium alginate,
The fuck?
extracted from brown
Little eggs and bacon.
Oh, what the hell? No. No. They're like, but it looks like an egg. It looks like a duck, talks
Right?
like a duck,
Comes in a
quacks like
shell.
a duck. Come on.
What do you mean?
Stupid Americans.
Jeez.
It's all right. Just blow up all their egg production plants. They'll be back.
Fucking China.
Ohio train wreck. All right, we're going to have to do some live Googling on that. See if Google even brings anything up. All right.
It seems like they're reporting it, but
Yeah. It's not like major news.
well, now they're the first one. Fox dies in owner's arms after Ohio train wreck crash released toxic gas.
So the fox,
Oh, fuck.
the poor little fox.
Oh, someone died. What the fuck? Who's in charge of maintaining all this fucking shit that's zigzagging across our country with all these toxic chemicals in it?
Right.
And where are they going and coming? Because that's who's responsible for this bullshit.
Residents of the Ohio village of East Palestine remain unable to rehurt. It's not even a fucking nuclear spill. I bet you it's aliens or some kind of fucking crazy shit. Like they're not letting a whole town in, right?
It's like it's the other third balloon that they had to shoot down over land.
Right. Right. No shit.
You know?
Right. Something.
It's like ground zero.
Something does not add up about that. Because like, what? Okay, a fucking train derailment did this. That looks like a explosion. Like that got hit with a.
Apparently it spilled, as far as I know, and then there was an explosion, obviously, afterwards. And there's some pictures of that. It's just like a fucking It's massive.
Now they're burning it.
Oh, that's good. Burn it off.
Oh God.
Yeah, look at that picture.
Oh my God.
The drone footage really fucking shows it.
That's what I want. I'm gonna see some video footage.
Railroad crews drained and burned off a toxic chemical from 5. They don't want to name it.
Look at the way all of those things piled up on each other. Holy fuck. Oh, there's not gonna be any noise because it's drone footage. Whoa, bro.
Dude.
I want to see more of the town. Like, why is it such a tight shot?
Good point.
I want to see more. Ugh. And like, if this is just it, they're not letting a whole town in for that.
Yeah. When I first heard it, they were saying whatever spilt, and it was like really bad. But still, you'd think, you know, unless your railroad's right in the middle of your town.
I mean, there's like hella shit over here happening too.
It says that it's vinyl chloride.
Yeah. But look, like, okay, so this, yeah, that's a big fucking explosion. Look at all this. It's like, oh, all the way to the side. Look at how big it exploded out. Huh. Well, we'll never know. Well, prayers go out to, where the fuck was that? I think it said East Palestine in Ohio. Yeah, East Palestine. Let's hear what the news reporters have to say about it.
It says it's by Norfolk Southern Railroad in Ohio.
And this happened 5 days ago.
And they're saying that this same chemical killed 85,000 people during World War I.
Yeah, it looked like mustard gas.
Yeah, guys, although these toxic chemicals have already been released, and that is a success, Governor Josh Shapiro told Pennsylvanians to remain vigilant tonight. He's encouraging anyone who lives 2 miles from that scene to shelter in place.
Atmospheric conditions are favorable to spread at night, and so we wanted to make this recommendation based on the best available data from our experts in the field and based on what we know can occur in the evening hours.
Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro gave this update after watching this situation unfold in East Palestine, Ohio throughout the day. He said residents who shelter in place should keep their windows and doors closed.
I know it was alarming to see the big plume of smoke and the fire, but I want to reassure Pennsylvanians that the process is proceeding as planned.
Earlier in the day, officials released toxic chemicals from 5 rail cars to reduce the threat of an explosion near the train derailment.
So it's in Pennsylvania, not Ohio. Oh, why does it keep saying Pennsylvanians?
I don't know. Everything's saying in Ohio.
Earlier in the day, officials released toxic chemicals from 5 rail cars to reduce the threat of an explosion near the train derailment site. Vinyl chloride is extremely dangerous, and residents within the evacuation zone were ordered to leave. This warning from Ohio Governor Mike DeWine.
You need to leave. You just need to leave. We're ordering you to leave. This is a matter of life and death.
We came across Beaver County resident Daniel Flowers, who had to evacuate.
State police just come today and said, you know, because we knew it was going to, they said 3:30 it was going to happen, so I was going to leave anyways. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't going to stick around.
Hours later, Norfolk Southern said the controlled burn of several rail cars was successfully completed, but but it's unclear when people who had to evacuate will be allowed back inside of their homes.
I knew there'd be a train wreck one of these days, but not stretched out like this.
How did you know there was going to be a train wreck? What gave you that feeling?
the well maintained railroad system.
Yeah. Must be pristine out there. Well, prayers go out to those guys, Ohio and East Palestine. Oh, now we're going to talk about raw papers.
So raw.
Let's see, what does this guy have to say?
So raw papers just lost a huge lawsuit recently. Apparently they've been lying about.
So I work in the legal industry and this is my 14th year I'm in. We have to do all the state mandated testing. It's big part of my job over the last decade or so. And one of the things is heavy metals that we have to test for. Lead, arsenic, cadmium, really bad shit. When I was doing pre-roll testing, raw papers, I found out, contain all sorts of heavy metals. In fact, so many I can't use them for sale in my product in my state. So do with that information as you please. Don't believe that they're better for you. In fact, they're probably much worse. They test.
Whoa.
And I guess they own Element and a bunch of the other ones that we buy that are the alternative to Zigzag.
Go figure.
Go figure.
Right. And where are they made?
Well, they claim to be made in like some kind of special area, but apparently, supposedly, they were lying about that too.
Yeah, they're made in China.
Yeah.
That's where, when you see the crazy dude on his Instagram,
Yeah.
he's in China at the warehouse.
Okay, yeah.
In China.
Yeah. Hey, guys.
Yeah. All like twacked out.
It's fucking right. Yeah. That explains a lot.
Well, I'm still going to smoke the raw papers until they're gone, I guess.
I mean, if I had another brand right here, I'd throw these away. But
exactly.
I can't smoke out of my hand.
Yeah.
I mean, I could try.
Has anybody tried it? Yeah, that hurt. Well, that's all right. What's next? Oh, yeah. I've got Chinese spy balloon next or Project Veritas next. Let's do the spy balloon. We've already kind of touched on it.
Yeah, I just want to play some of the Project Veritas video so people fucking hear it in case they haven't.
Maybe I'll clip that one like into the beginning or something and like tease it, or I don't know. We'll figure something out. But let's get through this spy balloon.
Yeah, so apparently we just let balloons fly over from other countries, do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, well, we'll shoot it down eventually.
Wait till it crosses the whole country.
Yeah.
And then, you could have shot it down before it got over California or wherever the fuck it started.
I bet he's going to take all the credit in the world for actually shooting it down, too.
Briefed on the balloon. I order the Pentagon to shoot it down on Wednesday as soon as possible. They decided, without doing damage to anyone on the ground, they decided that the best time to do that was as it got over water outside within the 12-mile limit. They successfully took it down, and I want to compliment our aviators who did it, and we'll have more to report on this a little later. Thank you.
Mr. President, what did you say about what's your message to China? You were saying the recommendation was from your national security.
I told them to shoot it down.
On Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
But the recommendation
They said to me, let's wait till the safest place to do it.
What does this mean for China relations?
So they told him, nah.
Yeah. Nah.
Sweet.
We'll give it a couple days. Huh?
That's not how that's supposed to work.
See, those are the moments where even the lefties, they're like, I wish Trump was president again.
Yeah.
Those are those moments where you're like, we just need someone that can ask for something that will get done.
We just need a real man in charge again. Oh, this is an article. I don't read articles anymore. It comes off weird.
But anyway, I think there was another one in Alaska, right?
Yes, there was. I was hoping that we'd have the Alaska governor one. Who is this? Oh, this guy's a doofus. The Alaska governor one, he got on with the Fox News folks, and he was pissed. He was like, they let it get to my state. And he was like, I'm the one that had my F-16s and F-36s
So that's why it got shot
scrambled.
down.
to shoot the fucking thing down. It wasn't Biden, and he was the one that let it get this far.
Right.
So I can confirm that the Department of Defense was tracking a high altitude object over Alaska airspace in the last 24 hours. The object.
Maybe they were like, don't shoot it down because it could be an alien, and like, we don't want to shoot down one of those guys. So it took them a long time to figure out that was just
They're
a
like,
balloon.
damn, it's moving at a rate of a hot air balloon.
Yeah.
It's so highly suspicious. It could be alien. Ew.
Object was flying at an altitude of 40,000 feet and posed a reasonable threat to the safety of civilian flight. Out of an abundance of caution and at the recommendation of the Pentagon, President Biden ordered the military to down the object. And they did. And it came inside our territorial waters. Now, those waters right now are frozen, but inside territorial airspace and over territorial waters. Fighter aircraft assigned to U.S. Northern Command took down the object within the last hour.
It's like at the recommendation of the Pentagon.
Right. Let's see if I can find the good guy. Nope. I have to go back to Twitter to find it because they don't want us to see him talking bad about our president. Germany. Oh, that's funny. Oh, here.
Biden's order, a U.S. fighter pilot shot down an unidentified unmanned object. The sign.
That's why I want to find the video, because according to the Alaskan governor, it wasn't on Joe Biden's order. Oh, she was pissed too.
At what point do we say, at what point do we say a surveillance balloon, a spy balloon coming from China is a threat to our sovereignty? It should be the minute it crosses the line, and that line is Alaska. The question that I have, and I apologize that it's taken me this long to get to the question, but I'm really concerned about what we have identified as these data gaps. We know that we have seen balloons previous that were also the surveillance balloons. We didn't realize until later because we weren't able to do the analysis until later. This committee is the Appropriations Committee. If we need to spend the money to make sure that we don't have gaps in our own data, that what we see is clearly understood, we need to know how to fund that. So, Mr. Chairman, I'm over my time.
Yeah, she's over her time because everything she said before that was gold.
Yeah, I bet. Like, my time's up.
Yeah, sorry I wasted all my time. Oh, man.
So apparently there's been other UFOs shot down just like in the last day or two.
Really?
Supposedly. Here's what it says. Basically, 2 UFOs have been shot down, and they're like, everyone's just like, yawn.
Right.
Over Canada, supposedly.
Have you seen Andrew Tate posting from jail?
Yes. Yeah, I saw a video. I don't know if they had already had it made or if it was one of his videos, like from his program, but it was kind of him. Like, for a minute, I was like, "Is he out?" You know?
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that program thing. Like, is it legit?
What the hell this is?
Damn. I gotta start sending them to you more often. Well, I think we can move on from the spy balloons. This is what you've been waiting for. You want the Twitter one. Let's see what TikTok is first.
The old Project Veritas.
Was wholly hit with an S in front of it moments on the show. What the hell is going on with the FBI, New York Times, and Project Veritas?
Oh yeah, I think that's gonna be too long.
Basically, what he was going to say was last year he was doing a story on the Times and FBI and corruption and all this kind of stuff, and they ended up raiding his house, taking his phones, and then claimed it was because he had Biden's granddaughter's journal that they tried to give the FBI, but then they claimed wasn't theirs. So he was it's like they've been shitting on Veritas for a while.
Got it.
And then they're finally, if you're just trying to cover the shit that's not good, eventually you're going to break through.
Yeah.
So they kind of have at this point.
Well, good.
But this dude's on a date, he thinks, and he's with an undercover journalist. He's a director at Pfizer, and he's telling all the stuff.
So this is, if I remember right, it's 10 minutes long. So the first couple of minutes.
And what they do, I think, too, is they cut it so that it kind of gives you the first part of it will give you kind of what he's saying.
Right.
And then it'll rewind back to like the beginning of the date. But we could probably watch the first few minutes and then maybe click to the middle of it.
Yeah.
And he loses his fucking shit whenever they come in and approach him. They do cheater style.
Right.
So that's the part we got to watch. But
okay.
I want to see, what
that's
does
at
he
the
say?
end of this? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
about mutating COVID?
Well, that is not what we say to the public. No, don't tell anyone this building. You probably don't tell anyone. You probably don't tell anyone. Okay? We're exploring, now, how the virus keeps mutating?
Yeah.
Well, one of the things we're exploring is, why don't we just mutate it ourselves so we could create undeveloped develop new vaccines, right? So we have to do that. If we're going to do that, though, there's a risk of, as you could imagine, no one wants to be having a pharma company mutating viruses. To be very controlled to make sure that this virus that you mutate doesn't create something that it goes everywhere.
Something crazy.
Is the way that the virus started in Wuhan. To be honest, it makes no sense if this virus popped out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know.
Meet Jordan Tristan Walker, a director of research and development strategic operations and mRNA scientific planning at Pfizer.
It sounds like gain of function to me.
I don't know. It's a little bit different. I think
we watched. So this is the original one. We watched this, I think, back in the our first couple episodes. This because there's two different dates, right? I think. All right, we're at 57. I think this is two different times. Yeah, this is two different places. And I remember when we were watching some of the, I feel like, anyways. So they got this guy twice. Is what it looks like.
Okay. Well, usually, so clip to the middle, so then they're gonna roll up on him after
planning.
So, when is Pfizer going to implement the...
Well, you're not supposed to do gain of function research with the viruses, they recommend not. But you do these selected directional mutations to try to see if you can make more potent.
Selected directional mutations.
There is research online about that. I don't know how that's gonna work. There better not be any more outbreaks, because Jesus Christ.
So, tell me more, what's developing with the whole, virus mutation process?
Well, they're still kind of conducting the experiments on it, but it seems like from what I've heard, they're kind of optimizing it, but they're going slow. Everyone's very cautious,
Right.
Obviously don't want to kind of accelerate it too much.
Yeah.
But I think they're also just trying to do it as an exploratory thing, because you obviously don't want to advertise that you're trying to figure out future mutations.
Right. So, did the whole virus mutation thing, come from your executive, Sarah?
No. That came from we have chief scientific officers in the other divisions.
In a subsequent meeting, our undercover journalist asked if this type of gain of function research is already
subsequent meeting. So
it's a couple nights.
Yeah, they've been hustling this guy.
Already being studied.
Why is it bad for everybody else?
Because if the regulators have to approve our...
What's that?
It might be the next link where they approach him.
Okay.
Bad for everybody else.
Works for the defense company afterwards.
How do you feel about that revolving door?
It's pretty good for the industry, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's bad for everyone else in America.
Why is it bad for everybody else?
Because if the regulators who have to approve our drugs know that once they stop being regulated, they want to go work for the company, they're not going to be as hard for the company. They're doing their job.
Right.
We talked to Dr. Robert Malone, physician, scientist, and author, to get his take on the comments made by Jordan Walker.
You're gaining function, you're creating a new function in virus 1 by adding elements from virus 2, infecting one monkey and then another monkey. That's called serial passage. That appears to have been one of the technologies deployed in the Wuhan Institute of Virology with the humanized mouse strains that I believe were obtained from EcoHealth Alliance. That's an example of directed evolution. The gentleman seems to have absolutely no moral compass at all about what he's doing. The hubris and arrogance and immaturity, if this is the quality of...
Why does this have a big Pfizer logo in the corner? Is this a Pfizer doctor?
No, I think they're just trying to, like Project Veritas is, I don't know, they have a different kind of
individuals within Pfizer that are making these huge decisions that risk global public health with such a casual disregard for the human toll. It's profoundly corrupt in terms of would it be feasible, leaves presumably worldwide.
I don't know, that's where it had the reaction video on there.
Yeah,
where he wigs out.
Oh, maybe.
They even took like a big LED truck, like you get like in New York.
Carlson,
promote.
tonight, how powerful exactly?
I saw that. They put it right outside the Pfizer.
Right outside of the fucking building.
Is it this one with Tucker?
Country be itching to follow executive.
Oh, yeah.
A scientific planning in this country. Other countries sometimes look by V1, but in another. So if you're about that, there's still said the code.
The virus started, and we've had it. To be honest, like it makes no sense that these viruses pop out of nowhere. Like, yeah, I know.
Maybe not.
So we just went
like
through
the video's
this
gone
3 years ago this month, and there was a global pandemic as a result. That again put a total of 0 seconds to the story. Well, just go online and find out about it. Well, Google, the biggest search engine in the world, which has a monopoly on search in this country, appears to have gone out of its way to make it much more difficult for users to learn anything about the Pfizer executive pictured in the footage. And so there is, in other words, on television and in most places online, a near total media blackout of this story. How powerful is Big Pharma? That powerful. But we have the footage and we're going to show some of it to you tonight because we think we should. Now, that footage shows a Pfizer executive called Jordan Tristan Walker. He is, according to the documents Project Veritas posted, Pfizer's, quote, Director of Research and Development for Strategic Operations and mRNA Scientific Planning.
Yeah, they are. Tucker's talking about it. They're burying it.
Look right here. It says James O'Keefe ousted by Project Veritas weeks after exposing Pfizer. And I've been noticing he hasn't been on, and the video of him slamming the iPad and wigging out.
Why is James O'Keefe ousted?
Well,
obviously
Pfizer has a lot of influence.
Even at Project Veritas?
I mean, you know, we do live on planet Earth.
Fuck. I want to see the wig out, but...
I know, I'm like, literally, it was everywhere.
It's gone.
I'm sure it's in my... way back.
All right. Well,
that's annoying because he freaks out. They show him the video and he says he's lying, and that then he tries to run around. He has them lock the door so they can't get out of the restaurant because he's going to call the cops for them asking him questions. And he's like, I was just lying like any guy does on a date, and you know, this type of thing. And then he runs around and fucking tries to take their iPad, throw it off the ground.
What? Yeah, it's crazy because in this video, Tucker has a screenshot of, look, right here. He's got a screenshot of it looks like the flip out. And Veritas took it down.
And it's not on their Twitter either.
Oh, man. See?
It's just interesting.
And that's why you've been downloading them.
That's exactly why I download them. My iCloud's probably like, motherfucker, stop. Right. Purge. I'm like, is there duplicates?
Man, I'm surprised the iCloud doesn't like remove shit at a certain point.
It might. Or it just won't load. Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
But if I do find it, we'll show it.
Oh, maybe was it on that TikTok that I didn't play all of?
Was wholly hit with an S in front of it moments on the
Maybe.
show. What the hell is James O'Keefe's New York City apartment? And
No,
the information
go
from the
farther
raid
in.
leaked.
So he's talking about when he got raided and treated like shit. And
according to Harmeet Dillon. And
but I think
then
this
is...
a-
Now, Republicans should be on the side. Reality is the organization has collapsed. Comes into then raids the...
Nada.
Yeah, that's basically how they shit on him initially in 2021 whenever he had the Biden's granddaughter's diary.
Gotcha.
But they probably just wanted to know what kind of dirt they had on everybody in the agency.
Right.
You know.
Well, that's all it takes.
Right.
It's so easy. Híjole.
But yeah, that James O'Keefe, he's been the face of Project Veritas for 10, I mean, forever.
He was the one that broke the Pfizer story, right?
Yeah.
And he's the one that probably situated the LED truck out
100%.
there.
Yeah, and those are things he does all the time. Maybe, you know.
Maybe he took it too far.
I just think that everyone's been bought.
Yeah.
So at a certain level, like, you're only going to get away with so much.
Yeah, it's tough.
You know, which is kind of scary to think.
By the way, if anybody wants us to stop talking shit, we're definitely for sale. Pfizer, China.
We can work it out.
Biden.
You know? We won't say everything.
Yeah, we can keep some stuff to ourselves. What about Elon? Let's see. Oh, yeah.
So I just thought this was interesting, even Elon's change of opinion.
Elon Musk, have you changed your mind regarding COVID mRNA vaccine since? To be clear, I do support vaccines in general and COVID vaccines specifically. The science is unequivocal. In very rare cases, there is an allergic reaction, but this is easily addressed with an EpiPen.
And what was the date?
April 7th, 2021.
All right, so what's our next thing?
Did he?
He just posted
usually
another
he
one.
replies to this. So, I mean, in April 20, no, there was still, the science was not behind that. What if this was edited?
Maybe.
And then 2023. Elon Musk speaks out about COVID vaccine injuries. I had a major side effect from my second booster shot. Felt like I was dying for several days. Hopefully no permanent damage, but I don't know. Wow, he got the booster, huh? And my cousin, who was young and in peak health, had a serious case of myocarditis, had to go to the hospital.
So now they're saying he's an anti-vaxxer.
I mean, if you
Just
have
for
a
saying
bad
the truth.
experience, you know what I mean? So look, good for him look, he was a pro-vax.
Yeah, he was with the science because he's a science dude. So
Sure.
he doesn't have reason to think they're trying to.
It was before he owned Twitter and everything was being censored.
And saw the back end of everything.
Yeah.
You know.
I can't believe he still got the shot.
Well, it was like that other lady. She's like, it seems like most people were good on the first one, but it was the second one.
Right.
You know.
Fuck. My mom just got COVID. My mom and dad both just got COVID. My dad got better, but my mom was sick for like 3 weeks.
Damn.
And she was like, I should have got the shot.
Hell no.
I can't believe it. This is
Would've
my
been even
karma.
worse. Oh, no.
I'm like, no, you'll
You
be
think
fine.
this is karma? Shit.
You'll be fucking fine.
Yeah, you got a fever, lay in bed.
Yeah, just
you
be
know,
sick.
Drink some fluids.
You're sick.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, like, it's fine. You're good. Just be happy you didn't get a PE like my dad did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so did he reply to this? Because I love when he replies to trolls.
Yeah.
But he didn't, because it would be at top. He's been busy lately. This was January 21st. 2023. What the fuck's he getting the shot for at this point? That's
I think maybe he's just mentioning like when he got the second shot.
okay. Got it.
you know,
got
like he
got
obviously,
it.
you know.
Yeah.
I don't think
not
it was
like
like
this just happened.
Right. I don't think so.
I hope not. I'm like, wait a second.
Speculating.
Come on, Elon.
I just think probably, you know, it seems like he likes to get involved with the shit that's going on of the day sometimes. So who knows what he saw in his post. And, you know, who's sucking Pfizer's dick, and he had to be like, look.
You know, I'm surprised he did not reply to this. Sometimes he does reply to really funny things. So let's just go to his page, because he'll take a screenshot of it and then post it. Oh, that's why he's got a lot of SpaceX stuff. Yeah. Yep. Well, you know what? When you're the coolest fucking man in the world, you can't just... There it is right there. You can't troll every day, can you? All right, where are we at here? Elon. Oh, Gavin Newsom. So we're going to get local.
Newsom the douche.
Newsom the douche.
They use the douche.
You know what's really crazy? Because I know if you talk about Newsom here in Visalia, obviously... Oh, it's 420. What do we have to smoke?
420.
We'll double barrel. If you talk to anybody here in the Valley about Newsom, like, they know what's up, right? It's like,
yeah.
And any farmer, any ag person, any business owner. But you go to like LA or the Bay Area, it's tough because like they really are drinking the Kool-Aid.
They love the Kool-Aid.
They do love the Kool-Aid. And
it's
when
a little stronger over there.
I think so too. And I think like, and I've seen it when you're around 10,000 or 100,000 other people and you all got the shot and you're not really hearing like, oh, I'm fine, you're fine, yeah, I'm fine, you know, and like it's just like with us, like all of us didn't get it and it's like, I'm fine, you're fine, oh yeah, you're fine, I'm fine, oh yeah,
you're still normal,
oh it's okay, right? Like
that's true.
And you know, so but like for us, I think it hurts more to hear about the 10,000 cases of myocarditis and like all of the other things that are happening. You know, like, oh, well, that's to be expected with any vaccine. There's always side effects. People always die.
Yeah, not 2.5%.
Yeah, that's
or whatever it was we broke down a show or two ago.
Yeah.
You know, it was major. It's a lot of fucking people. And I seen today that they're tracking, the government was tracking the people that didn't take the shot. Or one of the group, I don't know if this is FDA, the CDC, one of the alphabet agencies. So they want to know who didn't get it. And then, you know, if you got it and you have sex with your, I don't know, girlfriend, wife, whatever, you can get it you get the spike proteins in you all kinds of ways.
So what do you need the boosters for?
Yeah.
It's not
just
going
to make
anywhere.
Sure it's fucking plenty in there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be fucking damn.
We need to all move to Texas. I feel like.
Just get a compound.
Yeah, get a compound close to Joe Rogan's.
Rogan, please. Just let us be near.
Please.
We'll pay membership at your fucking archery range. Whatever you call that.
Hell yeah. All right, breaking. California judge blocks Gavin Newsom's clearly unconstitutional misinformation, in quotes, bill, AB 2098. Recently exposed this in the Epoch Times. It would essentially prohibit a second opinion. That's outrageous.
So the doctors weren't going to be able to even... They've been afraid of losing... That's what Dr. Drew was talking on, and we've showed... They're afraid of losing their fucking medical license if they don't give you the Pfizer fucking line about the they can't even give you like their third
their opinion.
Yeah, their opinion.
Right. That because there shouldn't be third. You're going to the doctor to see the doctor. You're not going to the doctor to hear what the fuck the doctor's been sold or the office has been sold.
Exactly. That's what the 14 commercials are for.
A group of physicians filed lawsuit against Newsom's administration, claiming law violates their First Amendment. Good. You can follow Frontine. All right, so this was Dr. Simone Gold, Epoch Times, and Frontline Flash. That's terrible.
He don't support the Second Amendment or the First, obviously.
Or the First. Or the Third.
But he's a fucking World Economic Forum schoolboy.
Right.
So.
Well, they're all.
What do you expect?
Probably being funded by China.
Yeah. Yes.
If that's where all the pharmaceutical companies are based out of, and that's where they're doing all the research, like that tells you a lot.
You got to go to a country where there's no rules.
Let's see what he says. Oh, this is a gun law.
The stories are devastating. They're devastating because the stories are not just about a bullet wound or a loved one's life lost. It's a myriad of issues. It's the person that's on the hospital bed whose leg is shattered. They just put a rod in the leg. Who says, I need to get out of here because I can't afford the healthcare bills. Or I need to get out of here because I can't lose my job tomorrow. The farm workers here who literally said, I have no paycheck today. I have no cash. I can't even buy food tonight. Complete abject failure of our immigration policies exposed yesterday and today. I mean, complete, utter, abject failure of common sense on gun safety and immigration policy. So
from who? Oh, him.
I guess maybe, after 22 days,
He's claiming
trillion gallons of water falling in the
from
state,
the GOP because they blocked
crisis
his
of
fucking
droughts
bill.
and floods, and now 2 mass shootings in 3 days. I guess I'm a little more prone to express myself about my frustrations with what I'm not seeing nationally. And
I just want to punch him in his stupid face every time I
Did you see the video from our local, from Sheriff Boudreaux?
No, but I would love to because Sheriff Boudreaux is a gangster.
They're devastating.
Oh, it's the same thing. You gave me the same link over and over and over. You must really like that. You must really like that video.
No.
Oh, there's a different one.
There's a bodyguard.
Suicide package feels like. I mean, it's just, and that's the only question. How do you what about our kids when they're going to school? What more can we do? And again, we look at that all the time. I mean, we did another half dozen gun safety bills last year. We'll continue to find whatever we can. We'll continue to lead the national conversation on gun safety reform. And the data bears out it works. It saves lives. California's 37% lower gun death rate than the rest of the nation. And yet, with all that evidence, no one on the other side seems to give a damn. They can't get anything done in Congress. I mean, the second.
So he's also not pro death penalty. And we had that murder over there in Goshen.
Yeah.
So they're just saying, hey, you should put this on the table, and we may not have people like killing a whole,
Right.
And
executing.
So the response to the Sheriff Boudreaux was basically, why don't we just worry about catching the guy first, right? So then they catch the guy, and then another video comes out from Boudreaux saying, just a message to our governor, essentially, I'm paraphrasing, that we caught. I sent you an email, so maybe just play it.
Yeah.
A comment. Recently, Governor Newsom was interviewed by our media. I applaud the reporter who asked the question. He asked the question of Governor Newsom that I, the sheriff in Tulare County, did ask for the moratorium on the death penalty to be lifted in cases involving small children or infants. Governor Newsom responded with that I think we should find the perpetrators. I think we need to close that case, period. My message to Governor Newsom: Governor, we've arrested the perpetrators. We've got our...
Oh, I totally forgot that we are one of the mass shootings that he was talking about now, huh? Because you got the 2 that happened, the Asian, both of them were Asian shootings, and then you had us in Goshen, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that shit
and they
is
killed,
sick.
A baby, and the whole.
Yeah, they killed. It was execution style, absolutely.
We're asking that you do your part. We need to look at death sentence justice for those who kill the innocence of the innocent. For anyone who looked at this video and saw that petite teenage mother, I do want to make a comment.
Yeah, well, you know what? Thank you, Sheriff Boudreaux. Somebody needs to call this guy out. This is the wild, wild west. I mean, you shouldn't be allowed to get away with shit like that in this fucking part of the country.
No, and what's scary is this shit happens, but then if someone's out there getting ready to break in your house and you go out there and lay him down, you're going to jail in California.
Yeah, you have to wait until they come into your house
Yeah.
and actually are giving you physical harm before
Right. You got to
can
give
shoot
them the advantage. It's kind of like you're saying you got to get hit first
Yeah.
in a fight.
Right.
How fair is that?
Right.
So because
That's
you're
not fair.
if
That's
you're
not the way
down
it
my
should be.
cul-de-sac and in my fucking front yard, I don't give a fuck. I'll go out there. I'll go to jail for it. Maybe, not go for as long, hopefully.
Yeah, I think it's.
I'm not waiting for you to smash my window in.
Yeah. Well, and this whole, I don't know why well, I guess I do know why, but this whole gun law and immigration law thing that he's got is to take the power away from the actual residents. Like,
Right.
like you've got the people that are responsible gun owners, but how are we going to protect ourselves with no weapons when a foreign invader comes
And I don't know
in?
if you've ever had to call the cops, but I worked at the bar. We had to call the cops all the time. They should already be pretty close to where we are. And you're not getting them there any sooner than 15 or 20 minutes.
Oh yeah.
So
because they're probably
everything's done.
they're working on something else.
Totally.
Usually, right?
Just, not to their fault, but
Yeah.
we got to figure it out until you get here.
Right.
So,
well, and that's how it's going to be, and it's
Yeah.
going to be more and more. And look, taking all the guns away is only going to take the guns away from the good guys and the ones that want to follow the rules. The bad guys still going to have guns.
and the only people that have that thought are rich fucks like this who live in a gated community that are walking down the street with 4 guys with guns
With
on them.
guns, right.
They can afford private security.
Yeah. It must be nice to be able to afford
If I was
the
a
private
billionaire,
security.
yeah, I might have a different perspective because I don't have to carry a gun.
Exactly.
I got 8 fools around me
Yeah.
ready to lay you down and go to jail for it if necessary.
Yeah, this is the one about Half Moon Bay. Let's hear what he has to say about
Looking
that.
back at these same notes, and it starts, it's right here, right up on the right corner. It says Aurora. Goes down to Midland, Orlando, Buffalo.
Why does he smile every time he talks
It's like
about
the
bad
fucking
news?
Joker.
Yeah. He's just always there like, these guys, this is terrible,
This
right?
is shit he practices in the mirror.
Right.
When he's fucking getting his hair fucking done.
His balls fluffed.
Yeah.
Poway, Parkland, San Jose, Sutherland, Sandy Hook,
Right.
Boulder. And I started writing in Monterey Park. And now I got to write in Half Moon Bay. What the hell is going on?
The hell?
But it was said, and it's said all the time, only in America.
Only where people have weapons. And that's kind of a fair argument, but it doesn't really express the full, right? Like, if everyone had a gun, everyone would act very differently.
Well, in Texas.
And we're living in a generation now where like these kids are online for most of it and through the phone for most communications. Even face-to-face communicating change how you talk.
Oh,
if we both got guns
right?
on our hip and we're communicating, it's going to
Right.
give a different layer of respect to the situation.
Every single time. It was because, like, look, if I pull mine, he's probably going to pull his. And
Right.
then
Like, do we want to die today?
Do I want to
You
play
know?
that game? Yeah.
Right.
Well, and he talks about the stats, and I really want to, let's look at Texas that has, like, I don't want to say loosest, but, like, the most conservative gun laws. I bet they have probably the least gun violence and the least, murders. And,
Yeah.
I mean, granted, there could be an argument for race, but maybe not, because I'm sure Texas has a lot of ethnicity.
It's just a different culture over there
Yeah.
than it is here.
Yeah, I don't know.
And, he feels like it's like they want to treat LA and the Bay like New York, where you can't even, have a handgun, basically.
And it doesn't work there.
No. And those P80s still get made in every other version.
People still get robbed
You
at
think you
knife
get
point.
most of the guns from the store?
Right.
Do people, I guess if you never bought one, you would think they all come from the store. Like weed.
Well,
Weed
that's-
only comes from the dispensaries, right?
Bad
Isn't that
guys.
the only place you can get it?
Bad guys aren't supposed to have guns to begin with, right?
Right.
So they can't buy a gun to begin
Yeah,
with,
how
right?
that bad guy get that gun?
Right. So you think not having them, like, I don't know. It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's one of those dumb things that, you know, you live in California and it's like you kind of just tolerate. And again, like I would never move to LA or the Bay Area.
Especially not now.
Especially not now. You know, just blessed that we live here in Tulare County, one of the good counties. What's next? What's next?
How about a pee break?
Pee break is the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're actually like 2/3 of the way through, so
right,
pee break it is.
Good.
We'll be right back.
Did we got our little glass pipe? Our G glass?
I had to take it home.
Oh, that's why.
And I forgot about it.
That's why you brought out the
And then I was
old
like,
Volkswagen.
Fuck.
Volkswagen.
But I cleaned the water and it tastes good again.
It's all good. It's all making sense.
I was like, fingers crossed. It doesn't come up.
Don't ask for the glass.
Yep, it's fresh now. Street crying because I fell off my bike. I'd be like, Mommy, Mommy. I feel like maybe now I'd probably be like, Alicia, boo.
It was like today Jet got blown off his feet by one of the kids, and it was just like pancake batter. You know, it wasn't like a tumble. It was like a. I didn't even see him fall. It was just like gravity sucked him to the ground. Just bloop. And everyone's like, oh, you know, because on the basketball court, it's like wood floor, you know. And he gets up all slow and he's all mad. And he's like holding back his tears, you know. I ended up having to pick him up, actually. And then he got knocked down again. You know, I'm like, but.
That's good for him, though.
One of my friends from high school that was in the stands was like, oh, your kid's personality's like 100% you. And he was like, he fell down and the kid went to help him up. And he's like, got up on his own. He's like, I don't need help get up. I'm a professional basketball player.
Is that what he said? Yes. Oh,
I didn't even know. I didn't even know until after the game because I'm on the court with them, but they were on the other side, you know, of the court. And I seen the kid try to help him up because the last time he had knocked him down, his dad told him, hey, help your friend. Like, if you knock your team down, you know, help each other up. And obviously Jet was just like, I got it. You know? It was probably after he like made his basket, so he thought he was fucking.
Yeah, I'm professional now.
Yeah, I'm a professional now.
Yeah.
And then he saw someone else make a shot, and he's like, oh, how'd you like making your first shot? And it's our kid that's made like 30 shots. And it's like, oh, you want someone to say to you.
Right.
You know, that he wants someone to be like,
Exactly.
hey, bro, you finally made your first shot.
Right. Yeah, where's my congratulations?
Yeah. Exactly. Where of course, like everyone, and he was like arms up after he made the shot. You know,
Right.
we're all like, you know, because that was the last thing you expect. You see him running down the court with the ball, you're just waiting fucking more pancake. Ground.
Yeah, third time's the charm.
Yeah, I see him dip his shoulder, and I was like, oh no, he's gonna collapse. You know, and then he like pushes the kid off and hits the shot. I was like,
hey, that's, you know what? That's the beginning of confidence right there.
that's all it takes.
Yeah,
You
that's
get
all
in-
it takes.
It's like boxing. You get in there and someone just falls down. You're like,
Yeah. Right?
I didn't know. You hit him in the right spot. You don't got to hit him as hard as you
Yeah,
can.
right here.
Yeah.
That's all
You know,
it
a
takes.
little temple shot.
Yep.
I remember getting one of those in middle school, and I just couldn't see. It was just black.
Uh-huh.
Like I was awake,
It takes a second.
and I was completely couldn't see anything. Some kid, I had like jumped with the basketball. We were playing at practice or lunch.
Yeah.
And you try to save the ball. You shouldn't even be. It's just built into you.
Right.
Like it's just part of the sport. So
You're-
even
yeah.
when you're at lunch, you're still trying to dive
You
for the ball.
perform how you practice.
Right. So anyway, hit him in the balls. And I was 7th grade. He was 8th grade. And he walks up and just chucks me right in the temple. Blah. I'm like, oh, shit. And I'm like black, but I can't see a goddamn thing. I just fucking covered up. I was expecting to take 3 more shots,
Yeah.
you know?
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, it worked, you know?
Yeah.
You didn't have to hit me no more.
Like, all right.
And I was like his size, but I was 7th grade. He's like the 8th grade, kind of like
right.
dickhead.
Well, everybody needs one of those every once in a while.
Yeah, I got, you know, it was a good little lesson.
Yep.
Don't let him hit you in the temple.
Yeah.
And don't throw the ball off him if you ain't trying to take, you know.
Well, if you're going to hit someone in the balls, have your hands up. Yeah. Or at least be
Well,
ready.
On the basketball court, normally, you know, there's a ref and all these other things. You know, you're used to this certain structure.
Right. Well, not terrible, right?
Still tastes good.
Good.
Maybe a little full, so be careful. You got to hit it hard though to get it to. It's not drawn super easy.
No. My MacGyver trick is
wearing out.
Wearing out. Let's see if I can get it quick.
Ooh. Yeah, it is right over the old schnauzer.
That's all right. I haven't plugged my eyebrow in a while, so no, I don't need to.
I don't know how it must have been with the mustache already used to be an extra back.
Okay, that's not bad. We need to get a real bong in here, though.
Yeah.
That would be ideal.
This was cool, but you know.
Yeah, I think it's a nice decoration.
It's probably better for my beer, than anything.
Totally. All right, so we had the link of this Tyre Nichols thing on here, and I'm just in too good of a mood to watch it. But we could talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know that I know enough about it to give a good opinion. I knew what my opinion was, like
before I got here.
Yeah.
Well, even I'm not, I heard about it and I kept hearing the name, and then so I don't really watch the news, so
Right.
it hadn't been spelled out to me. So then I kind of looked it up on Twitter, and of course you come across all kinds of different content, like. But it seems like these fools might just be some bad cops, and they probably been getting away with shit for a while.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm sure it was a progression. You don't just start beating fools to death one night.
Right.
You deal with a certain crowd a lot.
Well, and we haven't really heard much more about it. Like, it happened, and then like it was everybody was all up in arms because it was like young black man gets killed by cops.
Mhm.
That was all you heard at first.
Yes. And then they found out, it was black cops.
All of them.
So now it's not important.
Well, it was for a second, but nobody was buying the White Supremacy Act for 5 black guys.
No.
5 black cops. And, like, bad apples are bad apples. When you have all your funds deed, and no more money, like, you have to pull from a lower rung. And
Yeah. Yeah. Well, obviously they got some more hood style dudes that were used to handling things maybe less than professional. And obviously we were being allowed to do it.
Right.
Like whatever the superiors, I imagine just like at a bar anywhere, it starts at the top. So everyone knows what time it is, like what they're going to get away with.
Right.
And then the fact that some other dudes just barely getting out of jail that they beat the shit out of also, it's just corroborating, the fact that these dudes are.
Yeah. Well, there used to be a lot of psychological evaluation that the whole part of becoming a cop, the first part of it was psych eval. Yeah. And I'm sure when you defund somebody, all the touchy-dovey, lovey, huggy shit goes first. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Now they're when you're looking for security guys, you're basically looking for the biggest, baddest, meanest looking guys.
Right.
You're not going to be I'm not going to show up in my glasses and sneakers and be like, hey, can I be a security guy?
Right.
Hey, bud.
Yeah.
You
want to be intimidating because that's half the job.
It is.
A visual deterrent.
So, sure, they might have fit the bill, but they obviously didn't, they wouldn't have cleared any of the psych evals.
I think too that one of them was a white cop and he didn't initially get charged. On the video, so you have they pull him over and they just start running up on his car like they'd been on a chase.
You're gonna make me pull it up.
And I just I think it's not that crazy because it's not so zoomed in, but
I just don't want to watch the kid die.
He doesn't. He doesn't die. I don't think on. Well, yeah, we could just stop before the very end of the video.
I posted this. Hey, hold on. All right, let's see. Oh, here we go.
You get your head blow the fuck out.
Oh, that's a white guy, right here. Body cam.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of
So they didn't
Get
charge
the fuck
him
out the
at
fucking
first.
cup. Damn, I didn't do anything. Hey, I didn't turn your ass around. All right. You don't do that, On the ground.
Lay down.
On the
Lay
ground.
down.
Yes, sir.
Lay
Yes,
down.
sir. Please
Stay on the ground.
Okay.
I'm fixing to tase you. Get on the ground.
Lay down.
One.
Okay,
Now.
stop.
I'm tasing.
All right, okay. All
Bring your
right,
bitch ass
all
right
right.
back. Break your shit.
Okay, dude, damn.
Turn the fuck around. Put
I
your
didn't
fucking
say
hands
that.
on your back. Bitch, put your hands behind your back. Break.
Okay, stop.
I'm gonna knock your ass the fuck
okay,
out.
you guys are really doing a lot right now.
Bro,
Stop.
lay down.
I'm just trying to go home.
Lay down.
Man, if you don't lay down. Oh, I am on the ground.
Put your hands on your stomach.
I got
it.
Spray.
Okay. Get the fuck back.
Stop. I'm not doing it.
So he runs off.
Oh, shit.
And they pepper sprayed each other.
So now they're mad.
Yes.
I don't want to watch anymore. I see where this is going. I mean, look, here's what I have to say is he resisted from the beginning. He didn't pull over. He didn't follow proper procedure.
Yeah.
And knowing what like cops have to deal with every day, now you're already in an elevated adrenaline state of mind,
Yeah,
right?
right.
But now you kind of have some like those guys are off the street. Like you can tell that it's a couple of those guys, you know,
Yeah,
they should not be cops.
Right. And so it isn't even those cops.
It's not?
That he gets caught, you know, blocks away, whatever. And so it's another video that captures that part. And where they're just letting him have it. And then they just kind of like let him fucking lay there until he dies, essentially, you know?
Yeah, that's sad. That's sad. But again,
And
you know,
the
like,
white cop, sorry to cut you off, he goes, I hope they kick the shit out of him. Because he's like having, one of the dudes is like having to pour shit in his eyes over and over and over because one of the cops got pepper sprayed.
Right.
And so the other dude was like, they were like, oh, we got him or something. Some other units, like 2 or 3 other units pull up while this fool keeps pouring water, shooting water in the other cop's eye. And they're like all worn out from the scuffle. So it's the other fools that end up finding him and then putting in work.
Yeah, you know, like put in the work, you know, but it may be.
And they could have easily squashed him down. The whole the pepper spray doesn't even make sense in that scenario. You're
No.
all right there.
Too
right?
many people,
Why the hell
yeah.
would you use pepper spray? That's like a 1-on-1 type of thing. Maybe
Right.
2-on-1.
Yeah.
You know, there's too much going in
He
the
said
air.
tase him, not spray
And he
him.
had the taser on him. There was just so much. You guys
Yeah.
couldn't squish him down. Like, you could have easily.
Well, and you see, there was a bunch of things this kid did, though. Like, he didn't just get on the ground and shut the fuck up.
Right.
He scrambled up and ran. Like, there's some bad moves that he did, but he didn't.
Totally.
Nobody deserves to die.
But, you know, to have a real full opinion, you'll eventually have to see the other part of the video. Because, yeah, he didn't do everything right, but like you said, he didn't deserve to fucking die. Regardless of what color the cops were.
Oh, jeez.
2938. Where it rains and Ross. Taser was deployed. Suspect is running down Ross.
I got about a half block.
Literally. So this is the other, you know, and they probably don't realize they're being recorded right now in the heat of the moment.
Always.
And I've thrown fools
Look,
out.
he's got one of his buddies trying to. Oh, I don't know. Is he trying to get him off him? I thought he was trying to get him off him. This is
Look,
where
kicked
they-
in the head. I've just never done that. I choked plenty of fools out at the bar and drug them out, and I've never decided I'm going to kick this fool in his head
while he's being held down. by
while
two
two other
grown-ass
fools
men.
got it. You know what I mean? It's just like some street shit.
And this goes on.
I mean, look how long this goes on. And then some of it's.
Shut the fuck up. See you wipe your. Hey.
Give me your hand. Give me your hand. Give me your hand.
You might get sprayed again.
Hey.
Hey, Mike. Give him. Hey. Watch out. Watch out.
Watch out. Give me your hand.
Mom.
I guess he lives down the street.
Why don't they just cuff him up?
That's what I'm saying.
And put him in the
Look,
fucking car.
It's like a torture kind of.
It
like,
is.
you
Yeah,
know?
they're torturing.
It's
this
like a
kid.
schoolyard thing. Like it just keeps getting worse and worse.
Yeah, right. And
all
then
it would take
it
is
all
one of
adds
them
up.
to just get on there, cuff him up. All right, we got him. His eyes are on fire.
Yeah.
You know.
And they just keep on going
Like
and going.
3-on-1. You like I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, it doesn't get better.
Yeah. And so he was trying to run home to his mom's house.
I think so.
Fuck.
It was like 12 houses away or some shit. I think I saw.
And like he's living in an area too where all this shit happens. Everybody closes their doors, closes their windows.
Yeah, obviously no one's
gonna,
running outside.
No one's gonna be trying like, what are you doing? Stop!
Yeah.
Help! You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Protect and serve, though, right?
Yeah.
So and I don't get that situation, but fuck again, he's
Like,
still flailing.
There's things he could have done to help himself.
Like
damn, that one's pretty.
He's obviously not like intoxicated,
And it wasn't like it's like not like he's this dude was 280, 6'8",
Yeah.
and they couldn't put all that. He's just a little
he
normal
didn't just-
sized dude.
Yeah, he didn't just fentanyl up.
Right. So come on, like.
Híjole.
Unfortunately, when you're the trained one, you have a little bit more responsibility to be like professional.
Yeah.
Hey, knock the motherfucker out. One hit, boom, it's all over.
Right. Put him on.
You
the
don't got to
grid.
beat him to death.
Yeah, it should be it. So on this whole blah.
On body cam footage.
Yeah, let's we'll finish off with Paul Pelosi.
Oh, Paul.
Oh, Paul.
The judge has sided with Fox News and is saying that San Francisco officials must turn over not only the body cam footage from the San Francisco Police Department, which shows the attack, but also DePape's recorded interview with the police investigators where he discusses the encounter with Pelosi, also the Pelosi 911 call, also Capitol Hill Police video surveillance footage of DePape casing the Pelosi house, and we are waiting San Francisco officials to turn that footage over to us, and we'll bring it to you tonight as soon as we have it.
That was before it was released.
I saw it. Paul Pelosi got the shit beat out of him and is lucky to be alive.
If those cops would have ran in that doorway like they ran at the Tyre Nichols, he might have got one less hammer to the head.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised he survived that.
Dude.
That was tough.
Well, it was just all so blurry and hard to see, but it was kind of like, I don't know. It was so much less time to react and to know what to do, and you're probably in this affluent air. Like, to me though, it's like you don't have security. Like,
right.
The Pelosi's don't have, like, I don't know. Maybe is this to make us feel bad for him? Maybe this is like my, we're supposed to be apologizing.
No,
because I made fun of him.
I mean, I'm sorry for making fun of the situation, but you know what? Sometimes people get what they deserve to.
Maybe I don't know. It didn't even hit me till right now. They're like, maybe they just want us to feel bad for him.
Right.
Maybe it was his clone.
Right. He's not even like hurt somewhere.
He's in the back, like a joystick.
They finally feel bad for us, honey.
Yeah, that'll get us reelected. Like, no, China will.
Fuck. Oh, here it is.
It's pretty short.
I clicked on the wrong one. No audio. Oh, they got to turn on their audio. That's right.
Definitely don't want all.
Because they could control one and then the other, so they can talk all their shit beforehand.
Yes.
Hey, speaking of talking all their shit, did you send me that link of them talking about the NFL? Since it is Super Bowl.
The rigged?
Yeah, the rigged things. Since it is Super Bowl weekend, we totally need to bring that up, like in the spirit of Super Bowl.
Definitely.
While we watch this body cam footage.
All of you. I definitely don't want all of you. Hello.
Why is there somebody just recording right here? Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Someone just like recording the cop doing his thing.
Well, I guess it is Frisco.
Yeah. Fucking said 2620. No, 2620.
Oh, is that another cop?
Yeah, it literally said that. Hi. How you doing? What's going on, man? Everything's good. Hi. Drop the hammer.
Run.
Hey. What is going on right now?
I'm not getting an answer on call.
Whoa. Oh, shit. I got him, Michael. Edward 14, Edward, send back up code 3.
Code 3 back up at 26.
Give me your fucking hand!
Units code
Give me your fucking hand!
40 Broadway for 14 hours.
Híjole.
Straight snoring. So the video right here is only like 45 seconds long.
Yeah. So.
I'm just wondering if this is like maybe they were joking around potentially, and this is like a clip.
Got it.
Right, but we could still.
Yeah, we can clickbait it. Because then we can talk about Damar Hamlin. And then, where is Ye? Let's see. Let's look at that right now. Where is Ye? Oh, here we go. I just got it.
A couple days ago, I made a video on the AFC Championship game. As a die-hard Cincinnati Bengals fan, everything was put to rest until a couple of days ago when Arian Foster said that the NFL elaborately scripts their games. Take a look at this.
Arian was telling me about how the NFL is rigged and how every year he used to get a script. Yeah. Day one of training camp, it would get dropped off at his locker. That's what practice was about. It was about practicing the script. You know what's going to happen, but you still got put on a show. Yeah.
What did you think when you got the script in 2016 that said your career was going to fall off a cliff when you stopped believing in God?
That was 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the most part, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. The Super Bowl is set, and honestly, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an awesome Super Bowl.
So supposedly the score was leaked. Even Cassie knew this. She was like, this was going to be this to this.
What?
Yeah.
When?
So,
that Super Bowl or this?
This Super Bowl for tomorrow.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, then they can't. Like the script, the
Right.
script's got to change.
The
If
script
everyone
has to
knows the end
change,
of the
yeah.
movie, you know.
Last minute script change.
But yeah.
That's funny.
So I don't know.
I believe it. I've always thought that all that shit was scripted.
Well, it's because basketball kind of was being influenced by it was like Donahue or whatever, and they would bet on the games.
Right.
And
It's
then
all
they would be
yeah.
refereeing those same games. And obviously it gets down to the end and you're going to lose 50 grand or, you know.
When you are a powerful, rich and powerful person, come on. Like,
Well, it's just on the court. You have power here on the, the field. You can change the whole momentum of a game just by a call.
Yeah.
One call.
Right.
At the right time. Or not making the call.
Yeah, but
and you're betting on
are
this.
they the ones that are making or not making the call, or is it all just pre-written anyways? Like, that's going to be a false call. That's going to be a,
It's I feel like it would be a little easier in football to make it like theater than basketball or something, which is way more fast paced and kind of like a little bit harder to control. Like football is like, do this, stop, reset.
Right. Every time. Yeah.
Every 30
You're going to
seconds.
do this play and this play and this
Stop.
play and this play.
Okay, we're going to go from here to here. Basketball is kind of like, you can get away with some of that type of stuff, but it would be kind of obvious if you're not going towards the hoop.
Right.
Or you're not trying to take a shot. Everyone starts booing you. It's like fighters when they're not swinging.
Right.
Like the crowd knows. Football is a little different,
But it could still be controlled in different ways. Though.
No, it's for sure controlled.
Yeah.
There's always games 6 or 7. Like in the days of a team beat. All right, so at the end of the year in basketball, they'll have like the finals. And instead of it being one game, it's 7 games, potentially. the best of 7 or whatever. So you could win 4 straight and that's it. Those are like the Jordan days.
Right.
But they only let that happen, I think, a time or two.
For Jordan.
Yeah, it was probably before they really made as much as they do now off of like all these advertisements. And
yeah,
that's become like the main source of money.
Marketing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's probably still a shit ton of money in the betting too, though.
Well, imagine a whole extra 3 games. You sell all those tickets to the venue.
Yeah.
You've got all the commercials that happen. And you
Right.
have
Nobody
just
wants to not have 7
advertising.
games.
Yeah, come
right?
on. You're going to let it go 4 or you're going to do it to 7?
Right.
It's kind of like we're going to 6, 3 and 3 or whatever. And then you got to make it close. Like you just barely made it because it was like, it'd be 3-2. And the team that has 2 wins has got to win this game or it's over.
Right.
Well, of course they do at the last minute.
Right.
And now everyone's so pumped for game 7.
Exactly.
You know? And the viewers are higher than ever.
Who would have thought,
Yeah,
ladies
yeah.
and gentlemen, that we'd make it here?
Come on, they wonder why pro and college look so different.
Yeah.
Well, that's because college they're actually playing.
Right. Right.
You know?
College football is, that's why everybody says college football's better than regular
I didn't even know
football.
that because I don't care about football as much, but
Yeah.
they say the same thing about basketball.
No
if your
shit.
coach was going to tell you to watch basketball, they'll tell you don't watch the pros, watch college.
Watch
because
college.
college, they play the full court, they full court press, they play defense, they don't fucking shoot a 3 and then run backwards.
Right.
They play the game to the hardest the whole time.
To actually fucking play.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got? Oh,
I mean, that's just hard.
all right. So Damar Hamlin's next on the list. There's crazy shit.
And there's probably newer stuff. That's the only reason I was like, maybe on this, because this was like last week's fucking Damar Hamlin videos.
Yeah,
and
but
then
I don't
now
know
he's been supposedly out and, you know.
Got it.
He was at some kind of award show or whatever. And
So that's what we need to do is just check out Damar Hamlin here.
I need to do a pee break.
Okay. Actually, I do too.
Oh, good. It must be these tall ass beers.
All the validation. You will never be a real woman. You have no.
These AI things are so cool.
Did you see David Guetta did Eminem's voice? So he used an AI to write a rap in Eminem's way, and then he went onto another AI that can make you sound like anyone and inserted that rap and then put it with one of his tracks. And it's like blown up.
I bet it's epic.
I shot a 3-pointer one time in my whole life, and it was fucking an air ball. Because I just, not that I couldn't hit a 3, but the pressure,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, and that wasn't your job either. too.
No, hell no. It was I knew it wasn't my job. I knew I was fucking. It wasn't even someone else.
Who are you trying to impress?
Yeah, right. No, it was a traveling team, and I knew that we weren't that great, and these games weren't serious like a D1 high school.
So
league.
you could experiment.
I just thought, hey, let me try to shoot a 3. I'm wide open. Yeah, because they know motherfucker ain't gonna make it. Now, had I made it,
Right,
it would have changed history.
Right.
It would have been
right.
a mandala. It just would have
Right.
split.
Your whole life probably would have changed.
I would have hit another 3 sometime.
I was gonna say that's the only time you ever took a 3 shot.
One time in my whole life. That's how.
There you go.
That's how coaches get you.
Right.
They handcuff your fucking bitch ass.
Yeah.
Once you get on a team that's decent, if you want to get in the game, you're wearing handcuffs.
Right.
There's certain things you're not allowed to do. But if you were to do them and make the shot, it's fine.
Right.
And you do that enough times, well, now you're fucking Reggie Miller shooting like this. Your fucking ball spinning no one would teach a kid to shoot like that except for the highest one of the highest 3-point shooters of all time.
Right.
Well, yeah, you're not going to correct that.
Yeah.
kid.
Well, you can do it in your sleep. It's a different story.
Yes.
But that also, there's a special probably like skill or talent inside of you that like I don't think you can learn that. Right.
No, it's just
like you
an
can't either
innate-
can or
innate
you
ability,
can't.
right.
Yeah.
You're born with it or you're not. Kobe didn't shoot like that. Jordan didn't shoot like that. You
Right.
know, no one shoots with the ball sideways.
Yep. Exactly.
Anyway.
So speaking of, oh no, he's not basketball. Sports. We're still talking about sports. Last thing. I just typed in Damar Hamlin and the tattoo thing is already all over the place. So
let's see it because I haven't really seen it yet.
All right, let's see what this chick. This is a
So
TikToker.
here's Damar.
Damar Hamlin speaking in front of everyone where he was.
Could it be true? Is he really okay? Here, I want to show you a couple things. So here's Damar on February 8th, 2023. Looking good, looking fly.
Whoa, no tattoos.
And here's Damar on February 9th with a new tattoo.
Oh.
And somehow with this one day miraculous tattoo to get tattooed and healed, take note of what it is.
No, that's not.
So what is this? Well, it's an astronaut.
Is it?
They're fucking with us. Straight up. They're straight up messing with us.
I don't buy it.
Damar on February.
No, that's stupid.
Every
that's not the
tattoo,
one.
yeah. Any good tattoo artist can slap it down, especially like that in one day.
Yeah. Oh, and it's gonna
not
look. It
fresh
always
and
looks
healed.
great.
Of course, it looks the best.
The best. Yeah, it looks
when
the
my
best.
shit was done the next day, it was like the eyes was blue. Like
No,
you
but
know.
the shit that I saw was so it was like he had so this is what they're this is the misinformation that they're
Yeah.
trying to push to
Yes.
spin the fucking story, right? Because the shit that I saw last week was him he had tattoos, like arm tattoos, right? Like old school arm tattoos. And then he was getting on an interview just recently, like NFL or ESPN or something, no arm tattoos at all. So like the no tattoo thing, what the fuck are you talking about? That's the
it's
most
like
stupid
anyone
fucking
could get one
thing.
overnight. But if they're disappearing
Disappearing tattoos are what I'm
we're talking about.
about.
Tupac, you know?
Right. This is and it's buried. I'm never gonna find it.
Look, there's that video up there of that chick that they inject her and she like falls out. It's like one of the nurses.
Oh yeah,
Everyone's
right
like,
away.
where are these
Senator in
girls?
CCU. For my team, we are in the COVID unit, so therefore, my team will be getting first chances to get the vaccine. And I know that it's
Yeah.
really
She's losing it.
Oh. She's about to get a Damar Hamlin.
I'm sorry.
That's what kept happening to my dad leading up to his PE too.
Look at just got
That
the shot. too.
Chinese fucking doctor right there too. Is she in Wuhan?
That could have happened 5 times and it should have been like, maybe we should have something to worry about.
That right there should have been like blasted throughout the entire planet. Like right there in your face, happened within moments.
And that's what Jim Jordan is shitting on the FBI and Twitter for, is for essentially disseminating, misinformation during that time.
Oh, I probably spelled it like a dummy. New tattoo ties into not new tattoo.
Here, let me go on TikTok. That's where all the conspiracies are at.
It was like one of his first interviews that he did after Where are Damar Hamlins? Oh, it's a private thing. You're attending a private virtual country club. Ooh. Where are Damar Hamlin's tattoos? The old ones. Not the new ones.
Well, and what about, all right, so now that we're talking about him. So they said they gave him CPR for like 9.5 minutes on the field. That was like one of the longest CPRs ever.
No.
Also, when you get CPR, usually I had like 13 years of being CPR certified through the hospital and I worked at the gym. It's like almost guaranteed you're going to break a rib because if you don't, you're not pushing hard enough.
Right.
So the links I sent you, it shows the supposed Damar go to the game. Did you see that? Those videos?
No.
And he's wearing like a hoodie and a mask and glasses and all covered up. Could have been you. And then
like they did with Ye?
Yeah, kind of like that. And then they fucking show him in the suite, like one of the boxes, and he's still all covered up, like from the side, and it's supposedly like his wife recording him. And then the only frontal they show is from a camera that's all the way across the field, and it's snowing like fuck, so you can't see him. and he's like doing all kinds of shit, clapping, doing his supposed little heart sign in this. Bro, I can guarantee you minimum had a broken rib or two after 9.5 minutes of CPR.
It's not just
fucking
rib.
clickety clack.
Yeah.
You don't even give a fuck about the ribs when you're trying to save their life. These motherfuckers were guaranteed.
I've had to give CPR.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's gruesome. You know.
So I found it. Check this out.
All right.
And Bills player Damar
we gotta. I guess we're gonna have to do our own investigation because they're not gonna show us the before, right?
And released his first video since recovering from
But here's his
cardiac
first
arrest.
video since
he thanked
recovery.
all of those who helped him, all of those who supported him.
Let's see if they
and he
show
felt
him coming in.
tonight was the right night to speak.
Well, I'm so thankful to everybody. I know that it isn't enough just to be thankful. This is just the beginning of the impact that I wanted to have on the world. And with God's guidance, I will continue to do wonderful and great things.
They had him coming in.
any
All right,
of the
this is good investigation right here. But they had him coming into this interview. What was it? What interview was this? Which interview?
And I can't.
All of those who helped him, all of those who supported him.
I think I found it.
Okay. Oh yeah, where he's coming and sitting down. Yep. Because that shows it, and then we can go and find Damar Hamlin, what he looks like last year.
Yeah, or just on the Google image search.
Right.
There should be all kinds of pictures of flexing and fucking with his chonies on.
Let's see.
Right?
Yeah, let's see. You sending me that? I'll do a Google image search right now.
Yeah.
What year did he start playing football?
Shit, I don't even know. I don't watch football.
Okay, here we go. There's some arm tattoos. But you see how like this pretty tough. All right, there we go.
So his left arm.
Left
For
arm
sure.
here. None on the right. That's what I want to. Oh, is this? Can't tell.
Unless it's.
Okay, see? Totally tatted up. Both arms. Okay. I wish I could maximize it. Check out those arms, bro.
They ain't blacked out.
You see that fucking arm?
You can't make the screen any bigger?
I can't. No, we can't zoom in on TikTok.
It was like.
So look,
the
but look
biggest
at
size.
that.
So what about here?
This one?
Yeah. Can you zoom in at all? Make the picture bigger? I'm just thinking, maybe could it be like some fucking fake tattoos? Could it be some?
All right, let's see.
Could that be his left arm and he's actually flipped?
But
obviously that's a
look,
Photoshop.
But it's both arms. Regardless, it's both arms. You can see it goes up to his bicep here.
Yeah. Keep going. There's got to be another one.
That's what I'm saying. It's too inconclusive. I want to get like a picture right before the accident.
Like on his Instagram or something.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, well, where do fools put inconspicuous shirtless pics? Oh, yeah, Instagram.
Instagram.
There's a good one.
16 weeks ago. There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Both
Both
arms,
arms.
right?
Yeah, arms, biceps, everything. That's clear as fuck. I'm surprised I haven't taken that down. Because look at that. Come on, bro.
Turn the computer this way. Just a tad bit. It's just
We're
dark.
breaking this
I
now.
just can't see it.
We're breaking this here, right now.
Nothing on the right.
I could see tattoos on this arm.
I'm gonna have to keep looking.
But look at that. And now they cry. Now it's.
Continue to make so much progress recovering. I think it's finally.
All right, let's see if we can find it HD. That's the Damar.
You know, it might just be the whole ethnic skin tattoo problem that exists where you get a tattoo.
No.
And it's really hard to see.
I don't think so. There we go.
Fans are thrilled to hear from Damar Hamlin this morning.
Look, you can't. I'm sorry. Like, it's not one of those things. It's not one of those things.
Yeah,
like,
he's pretty light. He's pretty light. He's
you
not
know,
like LeBron. LeBron's like blasted, and I'm like, why?
Making his first public statement since his frightening on-field collapse during a Buffalo Bills game earlier this month. Hamlin
speaking out for the
anything short of the love.
Overnight, Damar Hamlin speaking out for the first time since his
They
terrifying
realized.
on-field injury in this video posted by the
Look,
Buffalo Bills.
look.
You're right.
Bill
You're right.
Thanking the
You're
medical
right.
staff
There was nothing
that
on the
helped
That's
bicep.
clean skin. That's clean skin, and there's just no way. Like right, he goes.
And is it going around up there, or is that just?
Okay, so I
Is
think.
there another like even more obvious?
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. So.
I'd say that's the best one so far.
Yeah, this one. This is obviously before he got the like it's new, obviously, right? Oh no, it's right there.
Yeah, it's down there. I don't see one up on the bicep, but there might. You know, it's just on this arm. You would think it keeps going, but sometimes it don't.
I mean, but like it's there on the forearm, right?
Yeah.
And we saw a forearm.
His terrifying on-field injury in this night. Damar Hamlin speaking out for the first.
That's a terrible video.
It's hard to see.
There it
I
is.
think it's finally a good time to share a few things.
Damar Hamlin speaks out for the first time since suffering cardiac arrest during a Buffalo Bills game January 2nd.
What happened to me on Monday Night Football, I feel is a direct example of God using me as a vessel to share my passion and my love directly from my heart with the entire world. And now I'm able to give it back to kids.
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, you know,
It's crazy.
I just
though,
want to
right?
see a little bit farther down on his
Okay,
arm.
there. Did you see?
But it's like here. It's like a band in that. Well, the one we saw on the other picture.
We need a more definitive photo.
We know your left arm's all the way up. Oh, look. Go down.
Oh, there you go. So
if those ain't there, I mean,
and then it's hard to see what. Okay.
they're just not. We're not seeing his arm all the way in that.
And then there's the left one.
Both forearms, and then obviously on his left arm, his whole biceps.
And he
covered.
felt tonight was the right night to speak.
Yeah, that's not good.
Well,
I don't think it gives the right angle.
It's so funny. Like, okay, but
It's
why
all-
is it? Where are all the other conspiracy theories that were talking about this?
Oh yeah. No,
And now they're talking about the
China-
tattoo that's
Well,
there that wasn't
right.
there.
Well, now it's the China balloon and all kinds of other stuff.
Yeah.
The assistant athletic trainer.
They put his consciousness in a cloned body.
Go to our notes and just click the video under Damar, and probably the first one is probably it. No, next one. Sorry.
Oh yeah, we probably have good video.
So, well, that's the hit, and then I think the next one is him walking into the supposedly after he came back.
Okay.
That because
Let me close all these.
Where you're gonna just see how covered up he is, and this is supposedly like a week after. And to me, this motherfucker's fake as fuck. Like,
that are covering. So although I've already seen a few videos here on TikTok that are covering this whole fiasco regarding this Damar Hamlin situation, I just have one question. So according to several articles on the internet, Damar Hamlin's parents are named Mario and Nina.
oh yeah, this is just another layer to it.
So this is where it gets interesting. According to the Pennsylvania Death Records database, somebody by the name of Damar Hamlin from McKees Rocks, Pennsylvania, passed away in January. Now, it doesn't tell you what.
Maybe he's another one of the aliens. Like, remember the one that I showed you with the dude that bled all the green stuff out his nose?
Yeah.
That's like, what else could you say about that? Everybody that I showed was like, that's green alien juice coming out that guy's face.
Maybe that's what it happens to a clone, or I don't know.
Okay, yeah,
right?
Or a genetically
I'm telling
engineered.
you, it sounds crazy, but once we put that, once we go over that Dr. Greer stuff, which is very legitimate, it's like, well, okay, I guess this stuff is real. I just haven't seen it that I know of.
Did we talk about this on air or off air, where it was like we cloned a sheep and then didn't talk about any more cloning ever since?
The old
and this
Dolly.
was like 25 years ago, right?
Yeah, and actually, that was just, when they tell us.
When they told
that's
us,
like 50
right?
years after.
That was when they told us we perfected cloning.
Right. I think they've been knowing about cloning since the 50s, and documents are out there to prove that.
So now we got probably like these rich fucks living their dreams, and like their consciousness is in sports people or whatever.
Yeah, maybe. And you got like even, I don't know, I've heard about this technology where they can shine like a laser at your brain, like getting you to think certain types of ways.
Yeah, like subliminal messaging. But
yeah, or like a voice in your head. Like literally, like you're hearing a voice because like the FBI is in your fucking head trying to make you feel crazy.
Right.
I don't know. It's just
I don't think
shit out there.
That wouldn't work with me because I'd start fucking with the voices.
Right. Poor voice. That explains a lot.
Be like, y'all, you don't know what you just signed up for.
But yeah, this dude's video is essentially just saying that on the same day that he went down, or the same week, that this person with the same name as him and the same parent names as him came up in the death records from the same town that he was from.
Oh, whoa.
That's what he's saying.
Whoa, okay, let's rewind this.
So this is where it gets interesting. According to the Pennsylvania Death Records database, somebody by the name of Damar Hamlin from McKees Rocks, Pennsylvania, passed away in January. Now, it doesn't tell you what age he was. The relatives are India Hamlin, Mario Hamlin, and Nina Hamlin. So I only have one question. What are the odds that there are two Damar Hamlins from McKees Rocks, Pennsylvania, both with parents named Nina and Mario, one of whom died in January?
Or they both did.
So now go to the next one. It's got to be the clip by now where he's walking in and you can't see his fucking face.
Okay, perfect. So that segued in well.
Yes. I actually forgot about that one. God damn.
No, I might have skipped one. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Jesus.
So though I've already seen it.
We can listen to Charleston White talk about it because he's got an interesting take all the time. Oh, that's it. There
okay.
In the building.
Watch how much security is going on
Looks
here.
like Damar Hamlin
Both
is
sides.
in the building. Yes.
So you ain't gonna get there.
Why would he need that much security backstage?
At home.
At home?
At home.
Off of this place.
Look at
That's like
look at
when
how much
they
guys
used,
are right there.
That's like when they used to bring, and that's CIA. Look at all those fucking guys. Those are old fucking. So remember how they used to bring Michael Jackson into places at the end?
Yep.
Just showed up, and it
Look
looks
at-
like
they're
his
all trying to
mom
block the
and
doorway.
his little brother is
his
there.
mom and his little
We
brother's there.
love to see it. Stay tuned.
So they're like,
It's
oh,
the
because
bank.
they're there, this legitimizes it. That's what they're trying to
Do
say.
you see how scared they are? And she's like, "It's okay."
Yeah.
That's his mom
It's
and
like,
little
honey,
brother.
we're doing this for a baby B.
Oh my god! Exactly. Just smile, baby. Right?
And it looks like his mom and
This tells
his
the
little
whole
brother
story.
is there. Oh, we love to see it. Stay tuned.
Because if that was, like my family, well, I would hope they'd be a lot more excited to see
The
me.
Bengals, Bills.
Like you
coming
might
up
walk
on
in with them.
CBS.
Right.
Watch it. So here he's gonna come in again. Look, everyone blocking. Look, there's a wall of dudes right here.
No.
Look at that.
Are
There he
people
is.
really
That's a
that
week.
stupid?
That's supposed to be like a week after. And then it was like,
Hamlin returned to the facility this week.
Now
Sean
watch what they
McDermott
show.
telling us it was so good to
show
have
his
him
face.
around. He told us it's
There he is.
baby steps right now. It's all completely up to Hamlin how involved he wants to be every day. A spokesperson close to the family said despite being out of the hospital, he still has a lengthy recovery recovery. He requires oxygen.
This is bullshit.
And the people of the football religion, they probably are like, nah, they just can't, you know.
He has a big smile on his
They can't even hear it.
Up, right?
So that's it. That's right there. Look, bro. A week after.
That's not even the way he does it.
Look at 666.
Sign. What a beautiful triumphant
Looks like
story
he just
that
got
galvanized
CPR
this
last
entire
week
nation.
for 10 minutes and almost died and took a hit supposedly so hard to the chest that you're fucking had cardiac arrest.
So was it the vax that did this, or was it the hit, or was it like?
I mean, from what I've seen, like listening to Dr. Peter McAuliffe and Dr. Robert Malone and stuff, they're saying, look, these guys wear special protection right there in order to avoid this. This is why you see it in baseball and in hockey, but you don't usually see it in football. Like in 50 years in football, that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
So they're saying that what would happen is it's like a race car engine that you're used to running at a certain speed and a certain RPMs, and now you've got damage in your motor and you don't really know it. And so until you start hitting those levels in the game, you don't see these kind of like hiccups in your system.
Yeah.
So they were saying it would just make you more like the myocarditis is an inflammation. So then when something else happens, like you're already inflamed. So now you have a bigger problem.
It's so funny.
But just how he rolls in, like, goddamn, like.
I mean, I want to find
look,
that.
And he looks back, like they're seeing, like, where's this camera? Like, how
Right.
can I block this as much as possible?
That's so stupid. Like, I'm sorry, that's pathetic. Like, shame
So
on
this
you,
is what got
National
me,
Football League.
Yeah, and then now he's back and he's talking. So maybe they had time to fix him up, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's him.
That's definitely not him. He got up. Like, come on. Nah, I've had broken ribs before. Thank you very much.
Me too.
A couple of times. And you're not doing that for 6 months.
Yeah.
6 months before the pain starts to get better. Yeah. I really want to find that fucking video so we can see the whole forearm. The whole forearm. My videos are all linked, so I'm sure. Oh yeah, see there. Oh, there. That's the way he does the heart. That's not how the dude did the heart. He did it like he did it all weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? He's got a tattoo right there, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. To me, the bigger conspiracy, like you were saying, this is like maybe the spin that goes into it, is the fact that he got the shot, he was forced to take it on his team, and no one wants to say that's why he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess if this just starts happening, then they're not going to be able to not say that.
Wasn't something else going on too? Like he just recently like spoke out against something, or
Maybe
there was something like. That's the way fucking Twitter is, man. Like you see so much and you're like, oh my God, your mind's blown. And then you get off the toilet and you forget all about it.
Yep. Some other 3-minute video pops up.
Well, either way, I think there's some crazy shit going on with that.
Yeah.
So we got the FBI Twitter files to wrap up with. And then that's it. So we kind of smashed through everything today. Oh, yes.
2021.
Oh, we started with this.
We started with that.
Oh, fuck, we're done.
That's it.
I was like, hey, that guy looks familiar. I'm like, I'm having deja vu.
Jim Jordan.
What
you doing,
we're ending how we started. Well, fucking
Perfect.
That's perfect. I think it's probably potty break time anyway.
Yeah, my bladder was squeezing a little bit.
Yeah, so before Chad cuts me off rudely, we'll just sign off. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. I felt like there's a lot to talk about this week. Going to be a lot to talk about probably next week. Talk with us. Communicate. Let's interact. And, let's fucking get to 20.
Yeah, we'll see if the score comes out to whatever the conspiracy.
What was the conspiracy? Let's get it on air.
I don't even. It's like, I wish I knew.
Call Cass. Let's get it on air.
Hold on. I could probably look it up.
I was going to say she'll remember.
She's probably like, I sent it to you.
Right. That's all right. We're never good at getting off the air right when we say we want to. You know it's buried. It's funny because we got invited to a Super Bowl party where you get squares, you know, to predict the actual outcome. And if I would have known about this, I totally would have bought some fucking squares.
Right? Okay, so it says the Super Bowl 57 will be exciting script or no script. The script has the Chiefs going up big in the first quarter and taking a 24-13 lead at halftime.
Whoa.
An 11-0 third quarter from the Eagles ties the game at 24. Philly will eventually take down Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs 37-34 in this scenario.
Take a screenshot of that.
Sounds like a barn burner.
Yeah. Send that to me and I'll put it up at the end so people can read it too. And then hopefully it goes along. Hopefully not, but I bet it does.
Oh, if it does. To me, there's too much money in the betting world and gambling in Vegas for that to even fly. Even if it was true.
Bro, the money's set.
I know, but if it got mainstream, they would have to change it in order for it to
can't change the money. You can't. So the way the booking works, right? Like if you're like, okay, it's going to be set in stone. This is the money. This is the money. You know, maybe there's enough time before all the money's into it, but I feel like there's already probably 90% of the funds that are going to be betting on the game already into it. You know what I mean? So if anything, this is misdirection.
Maybe.
You know, for all those last minute fucks. But I don't know. That'd be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, so anyway, I'll send that to you.
So signing off, good luck to whoever the football players are that are playing this weekend.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't have any more accidents. I hope everybody enjoys their weekend, enjoys the Super Bowl, and, you know, hopefully we'll be back next week.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Yes.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well,
couple drops left.
Couple drops.